What on earth? That's not. Oh my God! Stop it! Stop! Ugh. The internet. Oh my God! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my show. This is not a Comics Gate Commando show, technically, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The closeout of Phenomenon number 2. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a magical night, just a truly magical night. And I'm going to bring on my co-hosts for this evening. We've got. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Carbon Hart. What's up, Carbon?
Hail, Patrick. Good to see you. You're looking sharp.
Thank you, sir. You too. I like your suit.
Thank you. Oh, you want me to throw on a tuxedo real quick?
Yeah, could you? Yeah. I mean, it's a.
All right. After you bring everyone on, I'll change and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Hail to the chat, though. Good to be here on this lovely Saturday night.
It's going to be a great time. Let's bring on my second co-host for this evening, Frederick Guman.
Hail.
What's up, Frederick?
Hail, Patrick. Hail, Carbon. Hail, chat.
That piece is coming along there. It looks very nice.
It's coming along, yes, slowly, but slowly,
Slowly but slowly. Yeah.
Very nice.
I think that's really trendy these days to have your products and comics come out slowly.
That's the hot new thing.
Yeah. Want to be trendy,
Naturally. And speaking of trendy, wow, that was a perfect segue. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on Peter Gilmore. What's up, man?
Hail, Peter.
Just so gay.
Wait, don't you have like bisexual lighting on Peter right now?
He kind
of
does.
That pink. That pink color is very becoming on you.
Well, I thought, just for Patrick, seeing as he's, well, we don't talk about that.
Better dressed than everybody else. That's what you were gonna say, wasn't it?
Yeah. What's on that tie?
Oh, I don't really know. Like little, it's my Halloween tie. Like just to kind of.
Oh, if I knew we were dressing up. You
must have missed the memo where I said, Peter, please wear a suit and tie. I beg you, please, Peter, wear a suit and tie.
Now, you're assuming I own a suit and tie. Used to. I wore it once. I paid a fortune for it, wore it once, and thought, I'm not buying another one of those ever again.
Well, what a travesty. Suits and ties are like, you feel like a man, You feel like I'm about to get business done. Yeah, see, look, Carbon knows. He understands.
Look at that.
Thanks for reminding me, Patrick. I had to pull out the bow tie.
No problem, dude. Thank you for dressing to impress. I appreciate
looking
it.
Looking sharp.
Let's say hello to the chat, shall we? We got a few people here. We got Frederick Guman. He's right here with us. Thank you. Hello, Frederick. We got the Squid. Squid might not be able to stay the whole time, but I appreciate you being here for as long as you can, Squid. That's awesome. We got Adam Weber. Trees. More trees. Fantastic. Thank you, Adam Weber. We've got Peter Gilmore, who instantly insults everybody in the chat.
I always do. Always do.
Don't know why. It's kind of uncouth.
Because I'm a bastard.
That's the British for you.
Mm-hmm.
We got Art Haida. He says, "Hail Commandos." What's up, brother? How you doing? We've got Rosario Scribe Comics. Hail Commandos. Hail chat. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I gotta turn myself up. I don't feel like I'm loud enough to myself.
You definitely are.
Am I too loud? Chat, let me know.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
It's your suit is absorbing some of the volume.
That tie is a little loud.
Yeah.
Oh man. And we've got let's see, who else do we have here? We've got Immortal Rising. What's up, man? Hail. How you doing? And I think that is. Oh no, we got Michael Ferraro right here. Congrats, Patrick, the Man in Black, on a successful campaign. Here's to more. Dink. Hail Commandos, hail chat. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. Groku
Ooh.
says, "Hail all." What's up, Groku?
What up?
Hey, Groku.
Did Groku
What's up,
change?
Groku and Michael Ferraro? Good to see you.
Did Groku change from Grogu to Groku? Or are these two different people?
Oh, wait a minute. You're right.
Oh,
He's Super Saiyan Grogu now because he
Yeah,
has
look
the
at that.
yellow hair.
That's awesome. Actually, Groku is kind of a yes, he did. Okay. Yeah. It's actually
Yeah.
kind of a sicker name, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like the evolution.
Yes. Well, how's everybody's day been so far? It's a Saturday. Most people are off work. How's that been?
good. I've been enjoying it.
Let's. Oh my God! Don't. Do
Yeah,
that.
maybe. I don't know.
That's sick.
Wait. No,
That's awesome, man.
I want to.
Is that
Oh.
Swamp Thing?
No.
No,
No.
that's not Swamp Thing.
That's not Swamp Thing.
You know what? Wow. Some
It's like
some
a
people might know
cadaver
what
of
it
some
is.
sort.
Some people
Wow.
may know.
It's a certain state of decomposition there.
Very exciting. That's very exciting to see.
Mm,
Wow.
he's a sexy boy. But
We,
all his innards are going to be spilling out. You know.
That's very nice. That took you like no time at all. That's amazing.
Yeah. Easy.
Easy, he says. Groku says, "I'm good. How about you, Patrick? Ready for a great closeout?" Yes, sir. We already reached the 3K mark, which was kind of like in my mind, kind of what I was hoping to get. 3K is a good number. That'll at least pay for printing and shipping. So that's speaking of which, we might as well just start right away with that because I normally wait till we're 2 hours in to talk about my comic.
Yeah.
Ladies and
for
gentlemen,
it.
Phenomenon number 2. Written, created by yours truly, and line art by Claudio Sepulveda, colors by Peter Gilmore. This is the next installment of my long-form ensemble cast story known as Phenomenon 1999, naturally set in the year 1999. This story picks up where the last one left off, issue 1, which you can grab right here with the Jimmy Reyes cover. The last time issue 1 will ever be offered. The story picks up right after that issue where the Lantern terrorist organization, pictured here, they have actually gotten the super soldier serum that was created by the Soviets. And now in this issue, they're trying to get DNA so they can make the serum work and give themselves superpowers so they can fight the state. Fighting the
DNA
state.
From, to try to get DNA from what kind of animals exactly?
Well, it's really not much of a
Wombats,
spoiler. For me,
kangaroos.
anything they can get their hands on. I mean, they're kind of screwed right now. They thought by just acquiring the serum last issue they'd be good to go, but the serum itself doesn't actually give people powers. It's more like a catalyst. So they have to get some form of DNA. And so they go to the defunct Moscow Zoo where a bunch of DNA is kept. You guys might be wondering, like, why is there a bunch of DNA being kept at the
Why?
zoo?
Patrick, why? Why is there a bunch of DNA being kept at a zoo?
Well, Peter, I'm really glad you asked. It turns out that in order to prepare for a possible nuclear war with the U.S., the Soviet Union has saved a bunch of DNA in cryogenic chambers. And so the Lanterns are aware of this, and they're going to go try to steal it. But they have to face off against the newly minted Spetsnaz, who have superpowers. Blue Rose here, and then Minotaurs. We'll see later.
Some sort of Iron Mountain of DNA, kind of preserving the
Iron Mountain. What's that?
Iron Mountain. You don't know about that? That's a famous kind of like vault built inside a mountain to keep like databases of seeds, of actual computer servers. So in case of a world-ending scenario, Iron Mountain will be the place that has kept safe samples of all the seeds and stuff.
Yeah, all my comics are in there.
Well, yeah, that's kind of exactly what it is.
Everything I've ever done
Every
is in
single
there.
one.
Everything I do, they're just constantly. I get emails from them all the time. What have you done today? Can we?
The next
Yeah.
society, when everything goes to shit, and then it's just primitives, and they stumble across this mountain, and they pick up Peter Gilmore's comics, they're going to be like, "Wow,
This shit.
Women back in the day had ginormous tits.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, the good old days.
Well, in
It's
some parts
true.
of the world they do.
Yeah,
Right.
apart from in Russia in 1999.
Apart from that, yeah, we've got the Paul Revouche cover here. It's a bestseller at the moment. We've got the official cover, the Peter Gilmore black and white with featuring Minotaur and the Blue Rose, and we've got the chromatically enhanced edition, which it's hard to say which one's better. You know what I mean? I like the black and white, but the colors you do are just so fantastic that it's like
They're both very good in my opinion. I lean towards the black and white.
Yeah,
Peter
I always
has
go black and white.
well, your penciling is obviously very detailed, and I feel like it's a little more appreciated when it's in
Mhm.
black and white.
I don't know. I
Mm.
say they're both equally beautiful, and you need to get both. That's just me.
Yeah, I would say that too. I would
I
say
would say
get
that.
every cover. Get every cover.
Yeah, I'll give you credit. Actually, on this campaign, you do have a lot of good covers. Because for
Thank you.
me, it was hard to choose. And even though I sound rich in nature, buying everything is a little bit too rich for my blood. So I had to pick a couple.
That's no cheap tux.
No, that's
You
right.
know?
It's got to save.
I stole it from a rental place.
I couldn't support the campaign because I had to rent this tux for tonight. So
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
understand.
very disappointed it's not blue with like a big frilly kind of shirt thing.
Yeah, right. The lapel and all that.
Powder blue.
Next time. But I did get 2 out of the 3. Well, technically 4 covers. I got 2 out of the 4 covers.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I have noticed, well, not noticed, but I have realized that I'm probably going to stick to 2 covers next time because, you only sell a certain amount of each cover and then you have to print it because you sold it. And, multiplying the prints that you have, like multiplying what things you print out, that price
Yes,
jumps up.
it
you
does.
know? So, like for instance, I'm taking a big old hit on the I gotta rephrase this before I say this sentence. I am I'm taking a big old hit on the Lolos D cover here. Because I only have 13 people. Well, actually, no, 13. That's actually pretty great. The last time I checked, it was nearly as many people.
That needs to go up tonight. And honestly, if that were higher up on the page, I'm thinking that would have sold more. And also if it was added earlier. I mean, no discredit to you. I get it. But I'm saying if people saw that more, I think it would sell more.
Yeah.
It's an awesome cover.
It was certainly an attempt to I released it probably halfway through the campaign to try to drum up some more backers.
Yeah,
And I probably should have released it a little bit earlier. You're right.
That's what she said.
Wait,
But you're only doing a 30-day campaign? It's only been 30 days, Patrick?
I want to say like 2 months.
It's been 60. Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. I started it on, let's see here. It'll tell us at the top here. Started on March 22nd and it's May 25th. So yeah, approximately 2 months.
Yeah, that flew by.
Yeah,
It really
right?
did.
It does go very quickly. Yeah.
Let's see here. Wodenshot's here. He says, "What's going on here?" Well, Wodenshot, we're trying to drum up some more money for Phenomenon #2 before it closes out tonight.
You, Patrick's going to sing and dance, and if it hits 5K tonight, he's going to strip naked.
With nothing but the tie, right?
Yeah, just the tie and the shades. Is he frozen?
Patrick, you're having some freezing issues.
Yeah, I think the new AI he's using is not as reliable as the old one.
He actually looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Really.
Patrick, you might have to do a restart because now you're completely frozen.
We might have to continue the stream without him.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Easily done. You
But
see,
in the
what
meantime-
happened, what causes it is we discovered this. I went through everything to find out what the hell was making the stream shit. Because my PC's awesome, internet awesome, but god awful on this. It's the ticker along the bottom and it's animated background.
Oh, you're right. The
That's
ticker
what
makes
fucks it up.
a big difference. Yeah.
The ticker does. You take that away, and it's like awesome.
It's
I
ridiculous.
can't click on people's things to bring them up. Shane Davis should be here for
Oh,
this.
I could do
Wooden
that.
Shot. Absolutely should.
Yes. Hail Wooden Shot. Good to see you. I did tag Shane Davis amongst others on the retweet.
He's the
And,
reader of Comic State.
Yes. Anyone in the chat, if you would kindly retweet, share. Tonight's the closeout, so we want to spread the word for sure.
What are the chances that his internet's just gone down completely?
50-50.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Maybe the entire grid went down to St. Louis.
They were
Could
having
be.
tornadoes down there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes,
Who
actually,
knows?
it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
there was
saw
like
videos.
there was they made the news because of the DEI
Oh yeah.
tornado service, right? They didn't sound the alarm.
Yes, that was St. Louis. They
Yeah.
showed that the there was a hefty trans man / woman who was interviewed on live television. She failed to sound the alarm.
It wasn't a
warn
woman.
people.
It was a they them. You bigot.
Yes. You hateful monster.
Disavow carbon hearts. Bigotry
Absolutely.
right there.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Plus-sized biological female, a butch biological female.
You're technically correct. Yes.
She had one job: press the button, and she didn't press it.
Yeah, but you don't understand. There was as many people who saw the tornado as people who didn't see the tornado. So who was they them to believe?
Who was saying that?
Honestly,
It was it thing meant to believe. Yeah, it kind of sounds like bullshit. They were sat in McDonald's, weren't they?
but it's funny because it's the same logic Ripperverse was using with their defects. There's as many people in the comments that like it as don't like it.
Apparently, the squid is in St. Louis as well, and says that the weather's fine now. That's good to know.
There you go. No excuse. The man has no excuse.
He just bailed on us.
Yeah.
He must have had
100%.
like another party or something set tonight, and he's like,
That's-
"We'll just get him
probably-
on. They'll take care of the
Mm.
stream, then I can go like hit the town."
Not even a message on Twitter, right? Nothing. Nothing.
No.
No.
Wow. Something burned out. Either his computer burnt out. Oh, the motorcycles are back. They're revving up.
That's
It
Patrick.
went out, or it kicked him because of that fucking tie. That could be possible. It could be that.
Of the what now?
The tie. The tie he was wearing.
Oh, is that too fancy for StreamYards?
Yeah. I think. There's
Could
far
be.
too much orange on the screen.
Right. You got to tone it down.
I'm gonna
Patrick is too good for his own closeout.
go orange. There we go.
He must be stressing out right now. Something shut down.
He's probably just running around. One of his birds probably pulled out the internet cable.
Well, I think his internet is through carrier pigeon, I believe.
That
So
wouldn't
yes.
surprise me.
that's
Yeah,
why it
through-
lags from time to time. Is the pigeon he has to put the USB stick with the internet.
The
perhaps he's
squid
gone-
says that DEI hire needs to get fired. No shit. I guarantee all
well.
training shifted from job related to gay shit. Yeah, that's what tends to happen with DEIs. Just like the California fire.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, really, they had the fire chief, a similar looking butch, by the way. And I actually don't have anything against lesbians, but when they're 250 pounds with a short haircut and they fail to do their job,
Goodness gracious.
Oh, his
Back.
internet died. His internet died, apparently.
Yeah, it committed seppuku.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Internet crashed out. Not quite sure. Oh, look, he's back. Shit. Oops. So I was looking at the wrong screen.
Oh, is Carbon controlling the comments right now? That's awesome.
yeah.
No, I'm doing it with my mind.
Wait, what? I didn't give you proof. Oh, you're I see. You're joking. Gotcha. Well, sorry about that, folks. Okay, where were we? I was just going to talk about something about religion, I think, wasn't it? No,
Was
it was
it?
something else.
Something about religion or politics.
You were about
Right.
to go on a rant. I remember that part.
Yeah, you were getting really angry. Oh shit! Look what happened to your carrier pigeon. We were kind of debating what was wrong, why you'd gone, and apparently you use carrier pigeon for your internet.
Dude, I'm plugged in and everything. I honestly don't. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I knew it was you. I read your chat, and then suddenly my internet goes out, Woden shot. So it's not enough, you harassing Shane Davis. You come into my channel, my show, and you're trying to harass me. You son
Wow, that's
What's the female word for bird? Because you're a son of a something, but it's not a
hen.
bitch. Yeah, you son of a hen. That's right.
Ooh.
Oh man, I do have spectrum.
What's a male bird called? Go on, say it.
Rooster.
A bird.
No.
Oh, I know what you want to say.
Say
What you
it.
want me to say?
It's
It's called a cock. Is
There
that
you
what
go.
you wanted to hear?
I'm going to clip that fucking so badly.
At least
That's all I
just
wanted.
please,
That's
just
all I
please
wanted.
put it after like clips of like head wound or something where they're like, what do we call this kind of guy? It's called a cock.
What
No,
was
that's-
Kanye's new song again?
You guys are all about this new song. It's not even that good of a song. Like it's okay.
the
I
way
saw
it
an
was,
AI Michael Jackson version. It was pretty funny.
Oh, the new Ye song.
Yeah.
Well, the big news now is that he's hiring a choir. His own personal choir is going around LA in public.
Wait, he acquired
Chanting.
a choir?
Yes. Have you seen this, Patrick?
No, you want to share it?
In
He acquired
it
a
up.
choir. That's awesome.
in LA, first they started out by going to the Hollywood Square on Sunset Boulevard. They surrounded the Diddy Square, P. Diddy's Hollywood Square, in a circle, and they performed the Heil song in public.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
It's pretty insane, actually.
I mean, the interesting thing about that song, and you know, the thing about that song is that like by like telling him he's not allowed to perform the song or being mad at him for performing the song, you're kind of proving his point. So don't just sit back. Let him. The best thing to do with Kanye West, if you don't like the guy, is just to sit back and watch him do his thing. Really. God, I love that. Well, as he says, God, I love that Monty Python used Old English sayings to say, "Your mother was a whore and your father is a drunk." Yes. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
I whip my private parts in your general
Right.
direction. You son
Now
of a
go
second-hand-
away, or I shall taunt you
Oh.
a second time.
This is the video.
Go ahead and play it.
Ye actually, this is a fake Ye account.
Oh,
Let's see. The choir performs HH at Diddy's Star in LA.
it's kind of a power move too to play it at Diddy's Star.
Nigga, howdy. All my niggas Nazi, nigga, howdy. Nigga, howdy. Nigga, howdy. All my niggas Nazi, nigga, howdy. Nigga, howdy. Nigga, howdy.
Wow.
All my niggas Nazi, nigga, howdy. Nigga, howdy.
Can you imagine going back in time 10 years and trying to explain today to yourself of 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, must have taken him all of what 5
Well,
minutes to write.
Some people were commenting on it saying that, in a sense, this kind of. Here's what's interesting about this. This is combating the current black privilege of them kind of being able to have retaliation for, racism against them by being able to say anything public now and nothing happening to them. Because people were saying, what was this? If this were a group of white men doing this, right, in public,
Mhm.
chances are
instantly
they either
decried.
well, they either would have been attacked physically or even arrested,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, there are
Mhm.
laws against this in Germany for sure.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
raising the debate here. And it's an interesting debate, actually. Who can get away with saying this in public?
Mhm.
That is, yeah, good point.
That's fascinating to think about, actually, when you phrase it like that. You know, at first I was just like, oh, so he's expressing, you know, he's angry at a certain group of people because of things that he thinks or that they might have actually done to him. I don't know the specifics of it, but that idea though it's a flex almost because he's black, he can say this, and if he wasn't, that's fascinating to think
Well,
about.
not only is it flex on his part, but it's a flex on, it's a power move on the part of everyone who plays it. Like there was Andrew Tate just showed a video of him playing it in his car.
Mm-hmm.
There's people are just showing videos of themselves playing it. This is a power move now.
Yeah,
Andrew Tate is a fucking cunt.
he is. Andrew Tate is what the kids like to call a faggot.
I can't.
Mm.
Yeah, hate that
He's a
man.
poser. He's a poser.
Oh man.
Yeah, he said he was going to run for mayor of London or prime minister or something, and literally everyone was like, "Nope."
Yeah,
Sorry,
fuck off.
dude. Not
Can he even
interested.
does he even count as a citizen of your country?
Well, according to him, he is. Well, he is when he wants to be. You know, when it's useful to him. But we
I think
don't
one of
want
his
him.
parents-
We really don't want him.
I think one of his parents is from England, right? Maybe his mother.
Yeah, I mean, he was English. I don't know what he is now, if he's changed it or not. But I don't really care. Don't care about him or his retarded brother.
I think he exists selectively to make the sphere that he wants to be perceived as look bad. So like this sphere where it's like, hey, men, maybe you should stop being losers and try to be like a real man.
Yeah. Well,
he-
run a bunch of internet whores.
Well,
good.
you know what I'm saying? Like he tries to represent that to a certain degree, but then you look
Yeah.
into who he actually is and you're like, this guy's not really much of a man at all. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
so I think that he's actually supported by people behind the scenes who are like, they want him to look like an idiot, kind of, to make all that stuff look stupid.
That's a
Well,
very
it's going
good
well.
point because
It's going well.
Yeah.
him and all these supposed manosphere online personalities, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
The
yeah.
supposed red pill guys, they're kind of the byproduct of the actual red pill becoming banned. Because the original red pill on the internet, it only existed in forums, like hidden online forums and message boards.
Mm-hmm.
And those message boards actually ended up becoming banned because they were so effective in terms of the original red pill in terms of a male dating strategy is actually pretty brilliant. And it started with guys like Rollo Tomasi and the guy who wrote that book, No More Mr. Nice Guy,
Mhm.
which is actually a pretty brilliant book. Those
I
guys
have it right over here, actually.
Oh, really?
My
Look at
friend gave,
you.
I don't know
My
if that was an
friend gave it
insult
to me.
or like a compliment. You know what I mean? It's-
I have a feeling that you haven't read that book.
oh, I haven't read it all the way through. I've started it.
Because it would change your life, to be honest. Because it essentially tells you that things that we've talked about, you know, the whole the cliche of being like a nice guy and a Disney prince
Mhm.
doesn't work in modern dating, that you need to be an aggressive shark, you know, and that's pretty much what the book's about. And
Well,
it
you know,
works.
Okay.
when you say I haven't read it, I mean like those lessons I've learned through hard, you know, we talked about this the other stream. Like I've learned those lessons in a hard way through life experiences. But, you know, like I've told you guys, like I've been out of the dating game for a long time. I'm not like
I'm so gonna clip you saying I've learned those lessons in a hard way, and then right on the end, just
Yeah,
keep going.
well,
you may not
It's
believe
all
it, Peter,
content.
but there is some sort of power I have over you, and I can flex that power if need be.
I'll fire up a stream and get Mandy on. Okay, dude.
But
Carry on.
anyway, just to finish what I
Enjoy
was
your
saying,
closeout.
Woden Shah is saying, yeah, PUA, pickup artist community. It's true. The pickup artists, they came up with a very refined strategy that worked, and it was so effective on the red pill communities that the websites actually banned the communities, even though they weren't violating any terms of service. You had people going on there following like a guideline on what to do to pick up women, and it was so effective that they considered it sexist. But what happened was guys like Andrew Tate and what's the name of that podcast, Fresh and Fit, with
Yeah.
that dude from what's that fucking guy's name?
His name is Myron.
Myron, yes. These guys, they were the worst of that community. But yes, somehow they survived, and they're not being banned because they represent kind of the worst of that collective, right?
I mean, who'd listen to someone called Myron?
Well, the thing about it is
I apologize to anyone in the chat called Myron, but you know that's Wodenshot's real name.
The problem with Myron, and I think now the problem with Andrew Tate, is that they're both followers of Islam, and
oh god, yeah, of course.
It's like naturally when you really sit down and you talk with somebody who is a Muslim and you really try to push them on, logistics and reason and that kind of thing, you come to find out that none of that matters to those guys. Like the whole idea of reasonable, like, conversation, logic, arguments making sense, it doesn't matter in Islam. At a certain point, like, they just say this is the way it is, whether you like it or not. I mean, these are the kinds of people who will tell you that Jesus Christ was Muslim, Abraham was Muslim. You're like, brother, Abraham was, what is it, 2,000, 3,000 years before Muhammad started raping little girls. I mean, going around killing people. I mean, converting people to Islam.
You mean graping?
That's the word I'm not allowed to say. The point is like they will tell you that, like, people from way back in the day were Muslim, and you're like, that doesn't even make any sense chronologically speaking. So it is very difficult to debate a Muslim about anything, really. It's the same. To me, it's the same way I feel about when you're trying to debate somebody who's like, a man can be a woman. It's like, well, okay, you're willing to, like, say that reality isn't reality. So now, like, we have no basis upon which to have an actual dialogue, an actual conversation. And it becomes very difficult to even have any kind of conversation with them. The Catholic supremacy. A lot of people don't like that.
How you feel about the new Pope, Patrick?
Oh, wow. Yeah. We haven't even talked about this at all. I will, as I will with all public figures, refrain from giving an opinion until I see more. I have to see more. I didn't know him from Adam before he was, chosen as the Pope. So we shall see.
First American Pope.
That actually, to be honest with you, I will say the first American Pope, that idea gives me...
I think he's the second, though, isn't he?
What do you mean?
Wasn't there an American one before?
Oh,
I'm
no.
sure there was.
Oh, no. There was. There's never been an American Pope.
Well, the news was saying that
I was hoping there never would be an American Pope, but here we are.
Yeah, I believe he's the first, actually.
That actually worries me in if you guys remember, maybe not remember, he says, if you guys had studied about this, that people were concerned that JFK would be like a president exclusively, he would just only answer to Rome and he wouldn't answer to the American people. That's how I feel about the Pope right now. Not like I'm not saying anything per se, but I'm worried that he will answer to America and not the people of the Catholic faith. That's my concern right now. But we shall see. We shall see. Wodenshot here says, Flady, PUA taught Red Pill before it was a thing on social media. The basis was all the same inner game stuff that was necessary, political, and reality based.
Yeah, because Flady earlier was saying that Red Pill is not about dating strategy and pickup artistry. Well, here's the thing.
Also, hello, Flady. Sorry, we didn't say hello.
As an overall concept, started from the Matrix, and being red pill means becoming based. However, I'm referring to a specific. There was a subset on message boards called the Red Pill specifically, and it was about men who wrote these books on dating strategy, and it inspired MGTOW and all these things that we're seeing now. And that was actually based and effective, but it got banned. And the byproduct now is the bullshit that you're seeing on like the Whatever podcast And those guys, they don't really know exactly what they're talking about. Like every now and then they'll mention some stuff from the Red Pill movement, but here's the problem: they're coming off as too anti-women,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what makes them look they're becoming discredited because of that. The Red Pill wasn't about that. It was saying, hey, look, this is how you get laid. That's it. That was the whole point.
And there's some people out there today who are like actually super good at this stuff. Like if you guys have ever heard of Homath is like top of the line. Like he is, first of all, he's very funny. He uses drawings to illustrate his points that he's making. And I would say he's very middle of the road. Like he's not he's not a Muslim, he's not a Christian, he's not, he's just kind of like giving his opinion off of experiences that he's had throughout his life. And it's really eye-opening, actually. There's some videos that he's got where I was like, damn, I wish I had seen this video like, 15 years ago. That would have been very nice. But yes, let's keep reading here. Squid says, evil speaks in diversion. They claim what is wrong is right and distort reality to warp the minds of the weak. Correct. I mean, once you can establish that what is true is not true, then anything can be true. There's a great line. I know a lot of people don't like it. There's a great line in Spider-Man Far From Home. Yep, there we go. I knew you would react that way.
Great philosophical.
You never back me up on streams.
That great philosophical document.
No, there's, how it is. Sometimes there's just lines in movies that you're like,
I thought you
whoa.
were going to say something like 1984 or
Right.
no,
War and Peace.
Spider-Man.
This is a comic book show.
True.
We do
So
read
this
from the
is a
sacred
comic book
text
show.
here.
But see, now you distracted me. What was I going to say? Oh my
I
god!
don't know,
Oh,
something about
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Amazing Fantasy 15.
He beats Mysterio, and Mysterio says something like, "He's like, these days people will believe anything," and it's very true. Like that whole like idea that if you can convince people through the glitz and glam of social media and the media itself, that they will believe anything. I don't know what that has to do with what we were talking about, but that's what came to my head. Immortal Rising Comic Book says Catholics have a struggle session with Vatican I and II. You're not wrong. A pope having snowbird brothers living in Florida is odd. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say to that. New pope is a commie who answers to Marxism, not God or America. We'll find out, Art. We'll see. But I find it curious that you said not God or America. Did you say America just because I said he would answer to America? Because that's my concern right now is that a lot of Americans with this hard swing back to Trump and all that, they're thinking yeah, we're like this holy nation that needs to take over the other nations and deliver our holiness onto them. And that's not good. That's not a good thing to think at all. Because I don't know if you knew this, but America's still run by statist pigs. They're still run by the government. And those are human people capable of horrible, horrible things. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with you there. Sleeping psychopathy.
That's a sweet thought.
It is, isn't it? Naive, but sweet. No, it is. I mean, Woden shot true. They got the word out, but their message was foul, teaching weak simps to be aggressive cucks and make cash off the masses of lost men. I see PUAs the same as EJ, just snake oil sales. Damn.
Here's what I'll briefly say about PUA as a whole. There are snake oil salesmen within it, obviously, because it's an industry, right? People are selling self-help books, but some of the strategies work. I mean, I've seen ones where there's a guy named Tom Toretto from England, and he came up with a step-by-step method. And usually, when they give you a short list of bullet points, is when it's more effective. He came up with a list of 5 things to do that lead to a date, to pick up on a cold approach, they call it. And it actually
Step
works.
1, get out the house.
Yeah. 1, leave the house. 2,
don't look like a slob.
Stick your finger in her ass. She'll look it forever.
Step 4, you're skipping
True.
steps there.
No. Well, I don't need the other steps.
So some of
Wow.
it works anyway.
You should give classes there, Peter.
Make sure no one can hear.
Get out the chloroform.
Babe, are you in the other room? Yeah. Okay, good.
Shit, dude.
Based autist Homath. Dude, he's so great. I don't even think he's an autist. I think he's just a really, really smart guy. Homath is hilarious. Homath is just funny sometimes. I love how he considered like changing his name when he got like legitimate and money. He was like, I should probably change my name from Homath because it's not very professional. And then he's just been like, nah, I'm just going to keep calling myself Homath.
Never heard of him. Never.
Oh, really? Dude, he's great. He really is like.
I have no desire to either.
No, I mean, because you have a girlfriend anyway, so it doesn't matter to you. So, none of the stuff is new.
I'm a man, and I can think for myself. I'm get you.
Well, you see, Peter, you're a man. Well, how would I put it? A very older man, from a generation that actually taught men how to treat women and what to expect from women and how to interact with them. And people my age, 30-ish to 20-ish, we've been growing up in a society that's been telling us all of the literal opposite things that we should have been taught.
That you can be a woman.
All kinds of things, that included. Wodenshot says none of this stuff is new. They all built on stuff that came before. Even the PUA guys cited self-help from the 70s and 90s to sell information products.
Dude, they used to advertise those pickup artist books and tapes and stuff in the back of fucking comics.
I remember seeing the only ones I remember seeing in comics are like "Are you too skinny? Do you want to get bigger?"
Yeah,
I thought it was really funny because it's
Charles
like
Atlas.
we live in the
It was like
opposite now.
A brief, maybe it was just in the UK. I don't know that we had those, but yeah, and you get them like in newspapers and stuff in the back. They'd be like, "Want to score with the chicks?" No.
Do you want to shoot ropes like a man?
29.99. We'll get you this shitty little fucking pamphlet.
You'd have like the bully kicking sand in your face. That'd be like the stick, and then the hot babe that wasn't into you.
Yeah, that was literally the Charles Atlas comic advertisement.
Yeah.
The skinny dude, and it advertised working out at home to get bigger.
That and sea monkeys, you know. Those were the two big ads.
The hostess pies. Hostess pies and Twinkies, ads for those, which was really annoying because we couldn't get them in the UK. But there were ads for them. It's like, you motherfuckers. I waited years and years to try them, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, Twinkies meant something else in Australia, though.
Well, wait, are you saying you waited years and years to try Twinkies and you're disappointed you didn't?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So I unplugged my USB hard drive, and now
it's interesting that there's like a 5-inch, thing that you wanted to put in your mouth that had cream inside of it, and you don't find that weird at all.
It's getting clipped. All this is getting clipped.
That was you. You said you like. I didn't say I like Twinkies. They're nasty.
There's a documentary.
Twinkies. They were crap.
You said you said you desperately desired them. You waited for years to get them.
You gotta be careful, Peter, because if you eat too many Twinkies, it actually turns you into a twink.
Oh,
there might be something to that. I mean, it literally is a cylinder that's flesh colored, filled with cream. That's literally what it is.
We'd all better stop eating hot dogs and anything phallic shaped. No more bananas. Nothing.
Just like how a Snickers bar has veins on the top of it.
Oh my God. I never thought about it like that. I can never eat a Snickers again.
Yes, don't.
This is why all the women are into BBCs.
Oh, man. Wrangler says a whole lot of hola. What's up, Wrangler?
Hey, Wrangler.
Jesus Christ. We've gone from the Pope to fucking veiny penises.
This is what you get on the Comicsgate Commandos. We a plethora of subjects.
Full circle.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole gamut of subject matter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, let's bring up something else here. I have strong opinions about this. I know that's shocking to people that I have strong opinions about things. But oh my gosh. Come on. Can the internet just work for once?
Dude, turn the ticker off along the bottom of the screen.
You think that's going to help?
It does help.
I kind of don't want to just
help with
prove you
everything.
wrong.
Try
That
it.
will help.
Have you
actually.
seen the new thing, by the way, above the chat? The beta test thing at the top.
No. Oh, it's pronounced beta, but yeah.
Okay.
I can
Beta,
do that. Do
beta.
you guys want me to do that? Do you want me to do this?
No, I turned it on for
Comments.
I turned it on for an hour the other night, and I was like, no, because it comes up the fucking
See,
screen.
I turn it on. And the first message that we see is PQ wants 5 inches of cream-filled tube in his mouth. Not what I expected to hear first. I see what you did there, you son of a bitch.
First comment of the night.
The first comment that appears on the screen.
That's the only comment there was the whole stream. For anyone watching this back, that's it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a new TV spot for the Super
Oh,
Bowl, which
God.
apparently the Super Bowl's happening tomorrow. I had no idea.
What's a Super Bowl?
I
Is
know
it?
it's some things tomorrow, or I don't know. I don't fucking know. But this is a TV spot for the new Fantastic Four movie. I'm gonna play it all the way through. It's only 30 seconds. We shouldn't. be
Yeah,
long.
this did get me psyched.
The story continues as the Fantastic Four arrive at the Baxter Building. Will they make it in time for tip-off?
Statistically speaking, the team that wins game 3
Why don't you
has
take the elevator? I could just fly there.
I'll press 8 more times. Does it make it go faster?
Nope, but flying would. So
statistically speaking.
we don't make tip off. There is a 100% chance that Johnny is going to be too fired
I
up.
didn't know you were into stats.
See, worked.
Okay, just helping Herb in the kitchen.
You?
You gotta have delicious snacks for the game.
Don't do that. You're gonna ruin your appetite.
The story can.
Yeah. Okay.
Exciting.
You were excited by this?
No.
I hope the whole movie takes place in an elevator.
Yeah. I
Yeah, that
hope they
was
stay
pretty
in that
lame.
fucking apartment for the whole time and the thing just cooks shit. That's all I want. Just yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, apparently now Pedro Pascal, he's on a rampage trying to damage his image right before this movie coming out
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
by being flamboyant and talking about all kinds of nonsense in the press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Licking a rainbow colored stick, like an
Yeah.
animated rainbow stick. He's licking it and dancing
Yeah. I saw that.
like he's a bimbo.
I mean, to be fair, he's in too much stuff now. I just don't want to see him anymore. I'm done.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm done with him, bro.
yeah.
He needs to not show his face anymore.
I think there's a bunch of I think he's in some these new Universal horror movies that are coming out. There's a bunch of them coming out. I think
Hear
he's in
that,
one of those.
Pedro? You ain't welcome in these parts no more.
You have to be careful though, because
Fucking asshole.
if you piss off the Pedro fans, that's it. Your social media is fucked.
The Chile
Chile
fans.
sucks.
Mhm.
I'll say it, man. Chile sucks. Who cares?
True. I agree.
You
So-
know, I heard something really depressing today, and this is what made this clip is like, it's like, okay, oh right, like run of the mill Marvel humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like it very much. I heard another thing
Wait,
today that
There was humor.
severely disappointed me, and that's that David Tennant actually was
Oh.
interested in being Mr. Fantastic.
Christ,
And they went with
no.
Pedro Pascal. And it's like, what? No! Why?
Yeah, but David Tennant's just as fucking bad.
You don't like David Tennant?
As a
Who's David
person,
Tennant?
no. Doctor Who.
They're all bad people. Everybody who's an actor in
Oh,
Hollywood is
okay.
a fucking scumbag. But at least there's
Tennant.
actors who are better
Oh,
suited to
Tennant.
roles than others. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Doctor Who and Good Omens and all that shit. Yeah.
I mean,
He's
maybe
not
the
much
casting-
better.
To be fair, it was cool when he started off, but then he started opening his mouth, as they always do.
The only way they could have gotten a more manly voice for Sue would have been to cast Brittany Griner.
Here we go.
Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of the deep voice on the lady. She actually has a deeper voice than Pedro Pascal.
Let's play this.
Continues as the
I want to hear this deep voice.
Fantastic Four arrive at the Baxter Building. Will they make it in time for tip-off?
Statistically speaking, the team that wins game 3
Why don't you
has
take the elevator? I could just fly there.
I'll press 8 more times. Does it make
Oh,
it go
yeah.
faster?
Nope, but flying would.
It's
So
deep.
statistically speaking.
we don't make tip off. There is a 100% chance that Johnny is going to be too
I
fired up.
didn't know you were into stats.
See, worked.
Okay, just helping Herb.
Well, you know, I see what you're saying, kind of, but she's kind of got that like Scarlett Johansson kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Scarlett Johansson kind of
What?
has a deep voice, as some people say, a gravelly voice.
Yeah, but
You know
she's
what I'm
more
saying?
feminine. I think. Yeah, she's.
I
way
don't
more
know.
feminine.
What do you mean she's more like? Everybody's been shitting on Vanessa Kirby. I don't even know her from Adam,
Me
but
neither.
Yeah.
she's a regular looking. She's a feminine looking woman. I don't know how she's going to be played in the movie.
Well, that's because she's standing next to Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. This is true. This is true.
I mean, I don't have anything against her. There is some girl bossing happening in this movie for sure, though. She seems to be more the leader of the group than Mr. Fantastic.
Well, that's I can see that for sure.
I mean, just look at that freeze frame there.
Yeah,
Look at-
exactly.
That's actually a great freeze frame.
All he can do
Yes.
is react emotionally. He can't say anything. He can't take the lead. He's not the boss.
And it even goes really well with the caption that's on there. Subtitles. Yeah.
Just helping her
Yep,
in the kitchen.
Yep.
Kitchen with his cock.
I bet the casting director saw that Pedro had talents. Pretty sure.
Oh man.
I really do hope that he's in everything at the moment because he's taking all the jobs because he knows that, people are going to eventually figure out that he can't fucking act.
Immortal Rising has an interesting comment there. Historically, actors were considered thieves and prostitutes. Let me tell you something. That actually applies to Hollywood as well, because many guys who ended up becoming actors were originally criminals.
Mhm.
You have the guy from Home Improvement. What's his fucking Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, before becoming an actor, was literally a felon for drug dealing, right? Paul, the famous guy, Paul
Rudd?
Giamatti.
No, the guy who made this salad dressing, Newman, Paul Newman.
Paul Newman. Yeah.
Paul Newman, before becoming an actor, he was interviewed, and he even admitted, he said, if I didn't find out about becoming an actor, I'd be in jail or dead, because he was a petty crook before becoming an actor. So a lot of them originally are just these scumbaggy, outlandish extroverts who
Yeah.
found out about acting gigs, because to be an actor, you just have to be extremely arrogant and decent looking.
Yeah, confident
so-
too. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, you kind of nailed it right there.
And no, not even decent looking, just arrogant.
Well, not yeah.
Well, so okay, he says Tenet has been promoting trans and kids, being vile to those who oppose it, and looks like he has AIDS. But don't you think he'd be a better actor for Reed Richards?
No.
Who would be the best actor for Reed Richards?
The
John
dude who-
Hamm. John Hamm would have been a good Reed Richards.
Wow.
the guy who played him in, what was that shitty movie where he was in it briefly and it was like a multiverse thing?
John Hamm, that's the guy from The
Oh.
Office.
You're talking about
John.
Mad Men.
John Hamm's from The Office, yeah.
No, not
I'm
The
talking about
Office.
the other dude.
Mad Men.
Because there was the guy who
Mad
who
Men,
was the lead in The Office.
Peter's talking about John Krasinski in The Office.
That's the one.
Right.
John
Yeah,
Krasinski,
he's
he
from
actually
The Office.
he actually did play in the in the multiverse already, right? In the MCU.
Right. He
And,
played, he
Doctor
played Mr.
Strange.
Fantastic in a scene where Scarlet Witch, who does not have psychic powers, goes into Professor X's mind and then beats him, psychically speaking.
Well, she is a woman.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if they'd been like, he like tries to enter her brain to understand why she thinks what she thinks, and then that's what killed him, that'd actually be
Mhm.
really, really funny. I'd be like, okay, all
What
right,
the fuck?
fair enough. I'm going to
Um,
find out how women understand things, and and then it just bleeds from the eyes and like nose and just.
That scene where she like obliterates like all 6 of them in a minute is
So
hilarious.
Oh my!
She turned Reed Richards into spaghetti.
You
was
like
terrible.
that to me was the most. There's ways to kill characters that aren't, how would you put it, just demeaning and insulting. And the spaghetti thing was a demeaning, insulting thing to the character of Reed Richards. And I know that that's what they wanted. They wanted
Mhm.
him, one of the greatest heroes of all time, to be treated that way. Yeah,
Well, it
don't raise,
happened
don't raise
imme-
your eyebrow at that. He saved the universe millions of times, Peter.
Well,
Come
look,
on.
In that movie, they had a scene where they get introduced, like a whole panel of them, right?
Uh-huh.
And he gets introduced as the smartest man in the world. Yeah, Professor X. Everybody shows up on this panel of brilliant people, only to 1 minute later be obliterated by Scarlet
Right.
Witch.
Was Tom Cruise Iron Man in that too? I thought they'd mentioned that, but I never actually watched the whole film. I just watched a few scenes of it.
I don't think Tom Cruise appeared in that movie. I don't remember that.
No.
No.
I think that was something they were talking about, is that Tom Cruise would be like an alternate Iron Man.
I don't know. Was it maybe? I can't remember all the cameos that were in that Deadpool Wolverine. You know, when they're looking at the screens at all the
Yeah.
multiverses.
Tom Cruise
can't
should be
remember.
the Flash because he's so known for running all the time. Like that's the only role I would give him.
Too small. They could play Wolverine because he's tiny.
But he's Wolverine's actually a Christian, and Tom Cruise is way too Scientologic.
Well, Tom Cruise has finally
Um,
reached his limit. He's not looking good anymore. He's pretty rotted out. If you've
Yeah.
seen recent
Rotted
interviews.
out, he says.
He hit the wall.
Wow.
Rotted
Wall.
out.
He hit the wall.
God
one
damn, the guy got old. You didn't have to call him rotted out.
No, well, not all old men look. I mean, Clint Eastwood into the same. I think at the same age, Clint Eastwood was still looking pretty badass. Because I think Tom Cruise is 62, but something's happening, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it caught. I think the Scientology caught up.
Tom Cruise
but he
is
looks-
62.
But he looks terrible. If you saw recent interviews this year, his face is like dragging down.
I think
Yeah.
it might be the differential between you
Holy shit,
seeing
yeah.
him
62.
where he's
Jesus.
not dragging down with his face, and now his natural age is catching up to him, and you're like, oh God, like this is what he actually looks like.
No, I'll tell you what I mean. I mean, Dale Keown is about the same age, and look at Dale. Dale looks great.
Yeah.
Well, Dale has love and innocence in his heart. That's why he looks so young.
Well, exactly. He has a pure heart.
He
Yeah.
is. You know, like
Yeah.
you can just see that when he smiles about things, you can just see that he's like, he just purely enjoys it. Like, anyway, rotted out fits the soulless husk of a cult leader.
I think. Oh yeah. Speaking of Reed Richards, I think Zachary Levy
Oh.
could do it. He could play him.
Be an interesting choice.
What's his name?
Skeleton
Also,
Core. Hello, Skeleton Core. Thank you for being here.
Benedict Cumberbatch was pretty good with the Doctor Strange role.
He was a perfect casting.
He would have been better than
Perfect
Pedro Pascal. Like I don't know if he's my
Yes.
number one Reed Richards,
Mm.
but better than Pedro.
I don't agree with that. I think that at his core, Benedict has kind of a aloofness to him. And while Reed can sometimes be aloof, Benedict is more.
No, that's just
he
the
works
characters
really
you- that's
great.
Just
He
the
works great as
characters you've seen
Strange.
him playing.
Maybe it is, but he works great as Strange. But I don't like him being Doctor Strange is one of the most perfect castings of anything Marvel ever did. But if you said he was Reed Richards, I'd be like, nah, no, I wouldn't
It's
like
not
that.
perfect, but it's better than Pedro.
It's better than Pedro. Anything's I mean, there's lots of things that are better than Pedro. In regards to John Hamm, I had actually been beating the drum for a long time for John Hamm to be Norman Osborn. I think he would have been the perfect casting, especially if you saw him in Baby Driver, the way he acts at the end of that when he kind of like goes crazy. John Hamm would have been perfect for that role.
He's been underutilized in Hollywood. John
Oh,
Hamm
yeah.
had potential to be a leading man in big movies.
Mm.
But since he's a straight white male who doesn't have any flamboyancy, they cucked him. They cucked him out of big roles.
Yeah, that too. And I
Right,
think
here we
one
go.
time
Here's-
he said that he did not want to be in Marvel movies or superhero movies.
Here's Tom Cruise just a few days ago. And
Still doesn't look 62.
I mean, he looks pretty good for 62, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not terrible, but
The hair's
it's finally
fake.
it's caught up with him though. He's
Well, sure.
he's starting to fall apart. He's starting to fall apart.
Fall apart. Goddamn, Carvin. He's starting to rot out
mean-
right in front of our eyes.
Let's see. This is 62. Let's
I
take a
would
look
be
at
quite happy to look like that at 62.
That's
you know?
how I feel, right?
Just
Wait a minute. I thought you were 62.
Got him.
Wow.
I've got a way to go yet.
Savage.
I've got at least another year.
Benedict Cucumber looks like a salamander, though, says Skeleton Core.
It looks like an otter, apparently. It's a meme. It's an internet thing, apparently. He looks like an otter.
Thank you for backing me up here, Skeleton. I knew he really would be he'd be the best. Other than, I mean, really, can anybody replace Willem Dafoe?
I mean,
But if you're gonna have to choose somebody else, I feel like of all the people we know about, John Hamm would be a great choice.
the more I look at that trailer, the more I get the impression that all four are kind of miscast. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Johnny's not really Johnny.
No, Johnny. No, I don't like that. No. Don't like that guy's Johnny. Well, they've changed him as well. He's not like a. Well, he wasn't a womanizer, was he? He was just.
He was never a
Good.
womanizer, but that's what they say he was. He was just
Yeah.
a kid. He was just a red-blooded American male. That's all that he was. Ladies and gentlemen,
He
we
was
got
just normal.
another person here for the panel. We got B.A. Turner. What's up, B.A.? How you doing, man?
Hey, BA, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Yo. Hey.
Thank you
Yo,
for
long
being
time
here.
no see.
Yeah, man, how you guys doing?
Oh, good. Good.
Really good. B.A., how do you feel about the casting for the Fantastic Four film?
Well, I mean, underwhelmed. I'm not a fan of Pedro Pascal, of course, and I do not find Vanessa Kirby attractive at all.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Wait,
Like,
her,
I just watched
her
the
low
Seven.
voice doesn't do it for you?
Yeah, that, and like last night we watched the Seventh Mission Impossible, which she's in.
All right.
It's like there's not a single scene where you're like, yeah, she's like good looking.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, come on, this is Mission Impossible, you know? It's like James Bond. It should always be someone that's like a
That's right.
knockout. So
Get Anna de Armas or someone like that in there. Yeah.
mhm.
Huh.
Yep.
I'm
Wait a minute. Who is in
Sydney
the
Sweeney.
latest Mission Impossible?
I think the
Sue
new
Storm.
one still has
Oh, really? Vanessa Kirby is in it?
probably in the Haley Atwell, which I mean, outside of
Oh.
some of her assets, she's not that impressive either. But
her assets.
Haley is pretty hot.
With
Um,
the right makeup and costume.
exactly.
JJ Trujillo says BA likes Pedro now after his glow stick
Oh.
stunt.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
disturbing, but not surprising.
It's also not surprising that this good upfront Amish man would start saying such egregious, scurrilous things about people.
I know.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Anya Taylor-Joy? I just watched Split and Glass over the past few days. What do you guys think about her?
Oh, is that girl who played the chess player?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got those Brittany Venti vibes, I think.
Looks like Patrick has
What
a
does
type.
that even mean?
Patrick has a type with
What
the
does that
eyes.
mean?
The eyes spread too far apart. Apparently,
Carmen
that's the
gets it.
type.
Well, I think that's
The
he's got,
hammerhead
like,
shark. The shark look.
the thing is,
Mm.
like someone like that can have a uniqueness to them that makes them stick out, that makes them even more attractive than like your typical, let's say, actress. So I think she stands out in a good way.
Hmm.
And she's a good
Very good.
actress for sure.
Yeah. I mean, trying to think the last thing I saw her in was probably The Gorge. I think I saw her in last. She was good in that. I like that movie.
It's
People
fun.
hated it. I liked it.
Everybody throughout my whole life who I meet in real life, they say to me, Patrick, you have too high standards for women. Your standards are too high. You're being unrealistic. And then I come on YouTube with you guys, and I'm liking everybody, and you guys are like, "Oh, she's horrible." Vanessa Kirby's
'cause-
horrible.
Yeah, you
We're
can
the
do
only
much
real.
better.
We're the realest ones in your life so far. Everybody's been lying to you your whole life, Patrick.
Yeah.
I've always thought that my standards have been like right where they ought to be. Anya has some pretty wide set eyes, but she's got a good body. She's got a very beautiful face. What are you talking about?
Well, let's
She's
have a
beautiful.
look over here.
Yeah, look.
Beautiful.
it's
Oh,
like-
you just found that picture on purpose. That's a fucking fisheye lens, you bastard.
dude, like it's like you hit one more like setting on the eyes and they fall straight out the ears, man. It's like the
Oh my
eyes are
God.
further
Well,
apart.
they use
from
this
the
as a
eye.
model for drawing UFO aliens, right? I think Peter, you would use this as a model to draw
No.
like a Martian, right?
No, I just draw one out of my head because I'm fucking awesome. And I
Well, take
don't need
the shape.
pictures of people.
Well, suddenly a lot of us are
perfect
going to be okay
alien.
with an alien invasion. So
I mean, don't get me
That
wrong.
is-
I'd still play chess with her and everything, you know.
sure you would.
Well, take a. I mean, this is crazy, dude. Like, it's at the edge of her head.
Oh my gosh.
This is nuts.
Look,
But would
every
that be-
person has it like uniqueness to their body. There's people who are beautiful, but still they're very unique. Do you guys
She also
not?
has a skinny face,
Does,
though. Like, her
does
face
everybody
isn't
have to
very wide.
conform to what women in the 80s in action films looked like? That's my question.
No, but
course.
there's something off here,
Of
dude.
course,
It's
he
like,
says.
if you
This
yeah,
is better
you
than
do
if
it-
they were too close to the middle. I mean, think about it. If like they were.
I mean, look,
like,
you've just
digging
looked that
into
up
her
on
nose.
Google. You've just looked that up on Google, and you've passed by the first
You guys.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 results to find the
so
one where she looks
sad.
fucking retarded.
look,
A lot of the images,
Dude,
her eyes aren't
you-
even on the same image. They can't even.
look, do a composite. If you were to just do an outline of the oval of her head, right, and then just draw the eyes and the mouth, you have a dead-on gray alien head shape.
Thing is, I don't know about you.
It really is.
The large eyes can be like
Dead on
I
gray
kinda like
alien
that.
head shape.
It's like a Men in Black character.
It's like you see
Just
her and you
number
get
7.
instantly body paralysis.
Oh my
for some
god.
reason.
Oh, these people are so beautiful, and you guys are like, mid.
Yeah, just about. I disavow this.
this one.
degenerate.
I'm with you, Patrick, on this one. I'm
Oh my
no
goodness.
issue there.
Holy smokes. Well, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Aaron. I appreciate
Don't
that. Thank
let
Everybody on
Hollywood
this-
make your standards.
Everybody on this fucking panel would. They just-
Well, now we gotta.
You're
Now
not
we
going to
each gotta
say
come
no
up
in this
with.
Well,
situation.
Now we each got to come up with
I mean,
our
that's
own
not- that's
unique
not the
one and see
question.
what everybody else thinks about them.
Hmm?
I agree, actually. That'd be a great idea.
That's what I'm
Well-
trying to think of what mine would be.
I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying.
Like, who you think like a celebrity that you think is a knockout that nobody else would probably. think
Mila
is.
Jovovich as Joan of
Yeah,
Arc.
Everybody thinks she's a knockout, though.
Mm.
Try something
Well,
else.
that
I
one's-
win.
Yeah,
You
well, yeah, but
lose.
it's got
Sorry.
tits too small.
No, but
Anybody
he
who ever
meant
saw, but no, I guess we're mostly talking like face at this point, because everybody, we all understand bodies change over time. You get older, yada yada yada. But when they were in their prime, face wise, because there seems to be a lot of disagreement on whether or not a certain face is attractive or not. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So,
Okay, Sydney Sweeney, I do not find her face attractive at all.
huh?
she
like,
looks better
looks
than
like a
Anya
squirrel.
Taylor-Joy.
I disagree. I would.
Wow.
I would say.
Here's what's happening. You guys are starting to cope with what Hollywood is giving you these days. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Don't let them brainwash you, okay?
Carbon's right as usual.
Yeah, but
So
everyone
someone-
is
Thank you.
like putting
So-
her on a pedestal, and I think again, outside of a few assets, like it's just mid.
Right.
Like they're
You're all being
making
Why do you
mid.
distracted.
guys? Why do you make me do this every
Yeah.
week, and I have to pull up the evidence, and I have to share my
evidence.
screen, like I just did with
Keep it-
Anya.
Keep it mostly clothed, please.
So you're saying what?
Bikini
or
It can't be
tentacles,
like
Patrick.
it can't be like a sort of like superstar.
It can be
pop
anybody.
chick.
That's true art. But see, I don't care about those assets much. I'm one of those guys. So
Well, you bring
Hmm.
up Patrick. You bring up a good point where the body is agreeable, because we can all obviously hourglass shape, big assets, that's agreeable. So focusing in on the face is where. Well, look, recently Hollywood has been giving us some uggos, dude. You got Zendaya. You got
she's
this
overrated. I'll
Bella,
give you there.
Yeah.
Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us.
She's still
I don't
identifying
think
as a woman.
anyone's trying to say she's good looking though.
No, but you get my point, though. Lately,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, what's going on with the casting?
Zendaya. What's the thing with Zendaya? I mean, I think
Spider-Man,
personally, I
Doom.
think that if she just smiled a bit more, everybody would have a different opinion about her. Not like she's the most attractive woman in the world. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like a lot of people think she's ugly. She's not an ugly woman,
Right.
but you get that feeling because every role that she's ever been in, she's been like dour and sourpuss, and it's like just
That is true.
just
Because when you
smile.
see her on the red carpet, she looks better. because she
Well, I
has
think
like a smile.
she's
and
one where
made up.
makeup makes it night and day. Because there are some actresses like her where it's like without makeup, it's like oof. With you're like okay, not bad.
hmm
It makes a huge difference for her.
Oh, speaking of the Disney Channel,
Oh,
yeah. So
The teeth, I don't know. Then the eyes. I think the eyes are even because like
her eyes are off kilter. You see that?
yeah,
not-
and
they're
the,
not
the
aligned.
eyelids,
Jesus
the eyelids too. Are
Christ,
kinda,
is
you
tilted,
fucking people.
Patrick. Patrick, are you out of your mind?
Something desperately wrong with
Not a
every
fan.
single one of you.
I'm not saying she's not attractive. Like I like off kilter eyes. It makes me feel like there's some danger involved.
Well, all
Kind of danger.
BA was saying he doesn't like her. All I'm saying is, look, you gotta be a blind man to say that this is
well,
not good looking.
I will say if you walk the streets of Moscow, 5 out of
Yeah.
10 will look better than her.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Especially
you.
in the face.
Yeah, Russian
Yep.
girls are beautiful.
And that's why when I see some of these, I'm like, you know,
Eh.
like literally there's like better looking women like working all
What's
throughout
funny, there's
Europe.
a video clip online of some guy did an interview on the street in Russia, like this past year, and he interviewed a lady who was pretty attractive. You know, she was fit and young, and he goes, "Oh, out of 10, what would you rate yourself?" And this is literally what she said. She goes, "Well, here in Russia, a 6, but in America, a 9."
Mhm.
hmm
She literally said that.
It's real.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
Real.
you have to also include the fact that in Russia, like the percentage of obese women is maybe, and it increases with age. But if you're talking about like 20 to 35, you're looking at like maybe 5% of women, maybe. In America, it's quite the opposite. It's like 30, 40, maybe even, I don't even know, 30, 40% or so. So
I think it's
that
higher,
instantly
actually.
makes is it really?
Let's look it up. Obesity rate, America.
You bring that up. I'm going to take a whiz real quick.
25.
I'll be right back.
Oh, actually, you were spot on. 42% in America for women.
That's
Let's
surprising.
see.
42% are obese. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Whoa.
pretty much almost half. I mean, it's pretty much half.
That's crazy. That's obese is like in an unhealthy way. That's half the country. Well, a quarter since it's the women, but I would imagine the men it's the same thing.
Men's 43%. So pretty much half the country is obese.
Whoa,
And
dude.
you got to imagine that's pretty bad because that's mainly talking about adults because kids up until age 10 pretty much don't really get that overweight, you know? So it's mostly adults that are tubbies. Russia, here we
He's
go.
gone. He asked me to share a screen. I'm sharing my screen, sharing a picture of a lady. He's gone.
So, funny stories. There are actually Canadians who are going to Russia now to escape communism.
What?
Yeah. Literally.
There you go.
I could
there
bring it
you
up,
go.
Peter.
Beat that.
Who's this?
Oh, she's hot. Is she real or is she AI?
In her prime.
That's Jessica Biel. Yeah. That was
Jessica
in
Biel?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it was, or something.
Now, you, my friend Peter, you just won a ton of points with me. A ton of points. Because Jessica Biel is in my top 10. This chick.
I'm just trying to find the ones that aren't.
Careful here, Peter.
It's bikinis. It's all bikinis. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think she's done anything like, you know.
No, she hasn't.
Risky.
See, that's a really famous one.
Yeah, no, she's a 9.5. This is, we're talking like, she's in my top 10.
Where's the gift? There you go. That's the gift. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, Jessica. Do it. Right, that's my perving done.
I said
You
mostly
naughty-
clothed. God,
You
She is
naughty,
mostly-
naughty
Dude.
person.
That's not. Good God, prude.
I'm not a prude. I'm just a man who appreciates modesty.
So, Patrick, we have
That
the
is- That
results.
is modesty. She is holding it all in there. I could have shown you worse.
Obesity rates America, 42% of women in America obese.
There's no way. 42%.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But apparently, it's not that great for Russia too,
Holy
because
shit.
Russia is 30%.
What's the age range though on this? We do have to
the
ask
age
the
range.
question.
Well, that's not.
you tell me
here.
an older Russian woman's obese. I'm like, well, yeah. You know.
Well, I was saying earlier, chances are it's mainly adults. Yeah, this is talking about adults.
Holy shit! 64% of British people are. Oh my god.
64. I
say no. 64% are overweight. And
England's even worse.
29% are obese. 29 are classed as obese.
Well, we do have to bear in mind there's probably different measuring rules that people operate by. So like if you were to tell me that any European country had more obesity rates than America, I would tell you that's bullshit. And the reason why is because they have different food than us, and they also don't have access to cars.
Very different.
They don't have access to modern technology like vehicles that they can drive. Their government prevents them from having their own personal property like vehicles, so they have to like walk around everywhere like fucking plebeians. Everybody who adopts a Western diet gets fat. The only difference is social attitudes. Americans just don't give a fuck. Americans just.
It's not just that. It's also the stuff that your government allows to be put into food.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also walking. In general, Europeans walk way more than the average American does. I would say it's probably the biggest factor.
That's a big part of it in Russia. I mean, when I lived there, I lost some significant weight because I did so much walking. It was ridiculous, but that's normal.
I went there for literally 3 weeks and just ate their food and walked around, and I lost 21 pounds. 3 weeks. Just from doing the same thing. So, Babushka is disappointed in you. There was this one babushka. She didn't have any legs, and she was like hobbling around on a sled. She was giving me the eyes. Just put it like that.
She was. I'm sure.
She was like, "Oh, молодец, давай."
Davai. You know that song probably.
Oh my god. So let's hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where we're at here with phenomenon number 2. We were at 3,221. That's how it actually is supposed to be said. We are now at 352. Awesome stuff.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yes, excellent. Amazing stuff. Thank you guys for backing this comic book. I'm excited to get it into your hands. This release is going to be something else. Let me tell you. Right now, I have the last few pages being drawn by Claudio. I have kind of pulled things out as it gets closer to the end here. There's things that I'm just like, ugh, this needs to be 2 pages or this needs to be 3 pages, especially the action scenes. So I'm pulling those things out and making them a little bit more meaty so that stop it. Shh, be quiet.
Dude, stop saying, just stop.
Stop.
Keep your mouth shut.
Stop.
Seriously.
This is going to be a really straight heterosexual comic book. If you want to have chest on your hair by the time
Chest
you're,
on your hair?
30, hair on your chest by the time you're 30.
But think about it. If you want chest on your hair, that's a good thing.
Right. Thank you. BA.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Come on.
Everybody wants chest on their hair.
Chest on your,
on your the right chest.
Patrick, if you pull things out and get them more meaty, you might make some more money.
I don't know if this crowd.
I
is
don't
the
think
right,
so. I don't think Comics Gate's the right place for that. But
oh my god, did I really? I did actually. Now that I think about it, I really did actually say that. I said if you pull it out and make it more meaty. I'm god damn it.
The truth comes out, Patrick.
That was actually a complete mistake. Anyway, the point is, you gotta take these action scenes and you gotta give the action scenes a little oomph. You gotta give them a little room to breathe, because otherwise, folks like me feel like, what do you mean? I waited this whole issue for 2 pages of action? So, It's going to be a good, I don't know, 15, 16 pages of action at the end here. And I'm really excited to get those pages back. That does mean, though, however, I need to be honest with the folks at home, that does mean that at this point, I feel like this is going to start shipping probably mid-July. Just so we're aware.
No, that's just far too long to wait.
I know people expect their books immediately right after the campaign closes, but
Listen, just skip the quality control, Patrick. Get it out the door
right.
fast. Don't read it.
Right. Just push down my deep-rooted autism and just go ahead and print it.
Yeah, do it.
No quality control. Just print it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's really the only reason you guys are going to get it later than I had said on the campaign here, which I said.
Does that mean when I'm colouring the pages, I can just use the paint bucket thing?
July.
Nothing else, just the paint bucket.
The paint bucket? No.
Fill. There you go. I'm sorry. Everyone's bright pink and green.
You know, it's your own fault, Peter, that I now expect a certain level of quality from you. Because when I first hired you, I was like, just flat it and call it a day. And you were like,
it is.
I'm not going to do that. And you like,
stuff on it.
you did all kinds of things to it. And I'm like, can you make Diamond's pipes chromier, please? So it's your own fault. Just saying. Patrick would like the fill tool.
Yeah.
It is a rarity to get a book that quickly. I mean, we do need to remember that crowdfunding as a concept is, to back just as a book is being created. But Patrick did a good job in making sure that this is already pretty much completed. So that is awesome.
Yeah.
It's not for other people, to be honest with you. It's for my own stress levels. Like the idea of having a book that I owe people something, you know what I mean? For months upon months, that stresses me out. That's why I try to have everything as close to being done as possible.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
It's not about getting things to people hot and ready, Although as a new creator, it does fill them with confidence if you can say, hey, back me, and then they back you, and then you're like, okay, here it is. There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm sure not gonna skimp on like trying to make this the best comic book I can before giving it to you guys. So, we're on page 34, I think, with Claudio. Yeah. And I haven't even sent you some of the pages I have from Claudio that need to be colored yet. But
no, let me do the 3 that I've got at the moment.
Yeah, I got you. But you know what I'm saying? Like
I've been busy drawing other shit.
Yes. Speaking of which, tear trails. That's tear like the tear trails from the eyes.
Yeah, what about them?
Well, I mean, I'll have to look at that again, but hold it up again. Let me look at it.
No.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh, well, he said fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh, well, that's that. Anyway,
if you want specifics in there, you kind of have to say it beforehand.
Well, I thought sending reference photos
fucking writers, I swear.
with
writers.
the specific things involved.
Can you just change? No, I can't.
Possibly indicate that's what it was.
But no.
It's okay.
Why?
No, it's not fun. It's it's not like it's
where. What do you mean tear trails?
Well, the tear trails on his eyes. He's got tear trails from his eyes.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because he's
dude. Wait till it's finished. Shut the fuck up and wait till it's finished. Seriously.
Can you make his boobs smaller, please, Peter?
Backseat artist. Fucking worst.
He just says that all the time. Make the boobs smaller. Make the boobs
He does.
smaller.
Yeah.
Even if there's no boobs on the page.
It's like make the boobs smaller, but then it's like, can you make his package a bit bigger?
Right. Look, I
meaty.
I need a fucking sausage. I need a cucumber size. You guys ever seen
Holy shit.
I'm sure you guys have the what's it called? Oh my gosh. That movie, the rockumentary about Spinal Tap. You ever seen Spinal Tap? That's what I think of. That's what I'm thinking of, is where he wraps that cucumber in aluminum foil and then goes through the airport security.
I can do that. Look, I agonized for hours over whether to give him, because look, the dude's in this image is kind of naked. I was like, do I give him a cock and balls?
Don't do that. It's actually funny you say that, because
French would do it.
somebody drew him one time a long time ago, and I like looked at it and I was like at first I was like, oh, this is great stuff. And then like, like some days went by, some weeks went by, and I started to look at it more and I was like, wait a minute, did he give him? And I haven't shown it to anybody because I'm not sure if that guy did actually give him the full gamut. So I was just like, okay.
I mean, if he's naked, then
he's not naked.
You've got to be a grown up sometime about these things.
I mean, technically speaking, he's naked because there's no physical clothes that he's wearing.
He's the ultimate naked because there's bits of fucking gut in there and bone.
Yeah. And some of you guys who backed the first comic book, Phenomenon #1, you will remember, hopefully, a very fleeting reference to the character that we've been talking about now. His name is Palumrak, which in Russian means, well, there's several different meanings. It says gloom, twilight, that kind of thing. But he appeared in Phenomenon #1 very briefly. It was kind of a mysterious couple of pages there with him. And, Frederick, I know you saw him and you commented on it. And so we'll get to see a lot more of Palumrak and see who he is. And he's essentially the third superhuman that the Soviets have made. So it'll be exciting to see who he is and how he's come to be and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to see.
So, yeah.
Oh.
What you got there?
Well,
oh, yeah. So can you turn
to
the page where it's this, like right after the lanterns have left?
Oh, shit.
While you're doing that, I got this in the mail today. Because apparently Comicsgate doesn't deliver.
I ordered that one too.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get.
Oh, dude.
Hardcovers.
Oh, it smells so good.
Dude, I'm telling you, the indies are turning to French bande dessinée.
This thing is fucking sick.
The large format, the hardcover, it's all French. It's all European. I love it.
There was some people on Twitter complaining about the matte finish to the black. I totally disagree with you.
Why would you complain about that? That's how you want it.
They say that it gets your fingerprints or whatever on it. I mean, you can
come right off.
They come
even
right
with
off. Exactly.
You can even do like a wet wipe on a lot of these laminations,
and you can burn. You can also burn your fingerprints off, and they won't leave any trace.
that's
or wear gloves.
You're not wrong, Frederick.
Wear gloves.
I do prefer a matte finish.
But I mean, come on, the matte finish is always better. Matte finish is 100% always better on everything. So, just great stuff. I'm very excited to read this. Of course, it's in the queue. There's many more things I have to read. I have read The Blood and the Sword #2. Now I've got to move on to Battle Brick Road, and then there's a bunch of other things that I've gotten in the mail that I just haven't had a chance to look at.
Is that the bit you're talking about?
Yes. This is where we meet Palumrak for the first time.
And it's just a kind of thing.
He's speaking in a kind of a curious language. He's a bit of a smoke man right now. His whole body's been changed into essentially a photophobic gas. So he can't, if he's around light, he'll be incinerated. So he can't be around light, but he also can't really fully form his body into a human body right quite yet anyway. We'll see more of that as Phenomenon 2 progresses.
Look at my grubby fingernails.
Ugh, disgusting.
Pencil and ink under my nails.
You're right, Sleeping. They do. Glossy does also leave fingerprints. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Make sure you never leave fingerprints anywhere, guys.
I've been,
That's another point in the Frederick is a Fed column.
No, I'm an anti, and the Fed is what I always see. Come on.
Oh, damn it. I fucking hate fucking comic bags and God damn it.
Yeah.
Go back in.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, that's a big problem too, because this book, Phenomenon #2, is going to be probably 48, 50 or so pages, which means I'm probably going to have to print it a different way than I printed all the other comics, where I have the actual binding, on the side. Because at this point, there's so many pages. There's enough pages that it would warrant that kind of actual binding that you see on some of these, some of the bigger books, this, like the 60-page books from Comicsgate, which then means I'll have to order all new bags.
I mean, that's 60 pages. That's fine. Although
If
they are
it-
bigger bags. Yeah.
Yeah, your
No,
bags
the
are bigger, though.
bags. Yeah.
My bags are like super tight, and I wish they weren't because,
Bags are super-
my bags are super
money.
tight. What am I supposed to say? It's cinched up. You know what I mean?
Oh, dear Lord.
It squeezes things, and it makes. Sometimes it warps it a bit, makes it go to the left a little. It's weird.
Weird.
So
you make it weird.
what? No, I don't purposefully do that kind of stuff. So because I got Nexus ain't Ripa. Sign up is out for discounts for the first 24 hours. For fuck's sake, Patrick.
None of you are Chuck Dixon. Okay.
Dude, I'm the white Chuck Dixon. Okay.
That's only because you like to chuck dicks in.
Ooh.
Oh man. So anyway, yes. No, I don't know. Maybe it was for a prose book he was talking about. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, by the way, Glass is kind of a boring movie, just in case anybody was wondering.
Glass.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah, one of the-
Unbreakable Split
Is that
trilogy.
the third one?
Yeah. It's okay. It's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, now we're gonna get into the story, and then the
Yeah,
movie's
no.
over, and you're like,
I
oh
didn't. It is the third one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The kind of ending, but well, not the ending, but the bit with the van where he pulls up and there's the fight and all that shit. That was crap. What
Yeah.
a crap! Massive letdown.
very boring.
Which is the one at the end where the split guy dies.
That's that one, Glass.
That's Glass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so most of that movie was like the psychotherapy bullshit
Yeah,
session, right? With
exactly.
Sarah.
And then there's one fight scene at the end, and then they're like, all right, thanks for watching.
Yeah, only the ending was
Yeah.
good.
And even
Then-
then, the ending was like the action was kind of like. I liked the CCTV images because it adds realism to it. It makes it a little bit more real, but you also have to have good choreography to make it look real. And the choreography was kind of bland, and it was just kind of run of the mill. So it didn't make it seem so. Like if you'd had for instance, in Civil War, that first fight scene in Belize or whatever it is, that third world country that they're in, if you'd had that certain shots of that from a CCTV screen, it'd be like, oh, this is sick and this is real. It feels real. Because the choreography is so good. But that wasn't the case with this movie. And then literally everybody's dead at the end. Even Bruce Willis's character.
Didn't he
And you're
die
like-
by like being in a puddle of water or something?
They drowned him. They drowned him
Everyone
on
made
purpose.
fun of that.
Well, I mean, hey, look, they literally, like, the feds, the government literally just drowned him, like in a pool, which is, yeah, it makes sense. But it's like, okay, so where do we go from here? And Samuel L. Jackson's character is like, this is just the origin story, except everybody's dead now. So it's like, well, who is this the origin story for? Anya Taylor-Johnson, she gets superpowers? Please. That'd be amazing. He definitely said he was going to talk to Eric about fulfilling something through Rippersend on one of Katie's shows. I'm not crazy. Who are you talking about? Oh, for Mike Barron. No,
All right.
I don't think so. I think that
not.
he is far too intelligent to have engaged in that.
So
I mean, I'd still
Probably
be
you guys
surprised if
have
he's going to do
seen-
another book.
What'd you say, BA?
I'd be surprised if he does another Rippaverse book. I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
definitely has shelved him,
After the last
which
time.
is
Mhm.
weird. It's like, oh, you'd rather have the Saskas or some like low-level prose writer writing books for you other than Mike Barron? Yeah, it's
Probably-
in line.
Probably cheaper.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Gotta
That's
save
probably
money.
that's probably one of the biggest things that he's thinking about when he chooses people. What do we have here, Carvin?
So continuing on our usual topics that we discuss, entertainment media, this is the latest development from a few days ago. I think it officially marks the end of movies as we know it.
Oh shit!
This is an AI generated
movies.
video.
All right.
By the latest software developed by Google. It was released like 3 days ago. It's called VO3. So this is the video created just off a few prompts. But what they decided to do was pretty interesting here.
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please. Leave me alone.
Got the Chinese mouth movement.
Please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Just pause it there. Pause it there. Oh,
Look,
all right, don't.
I don't want to point the gun at you.
That's fine. Keep going.
At the old British woman.
Yeah, the one that's clearly someone. That's from a movie. I've seen that before.
This
They're going to run into that's from something. I've seen that. I've seen her in that bed with So it's clearly taking shit from somewhere, maybe tweaking it a little bit. But it's like,
well, I mean, that's what the AI does. It takes from what's available on the.
This is why. I mean, if I recognise that, then the rest of it's probably from somewhere else, and they're going to run into problems, especially with the way copyright and stuff is at the moment.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, this prompt is killing me. Change it, please. Write something else. Save me.
It's so cringe though,
I love
too.
everything about him. But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me.
That's the best one. She's horrified that he's short. That's funny. Oh man.
At least that was a little funny, but it's a pretty terrifying video overall.
For sure.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. It's. I mean, copyright's going to have to change it for it to be of any use.
To be honest with you, Peter, I don't think copyright's going to matter a damn in the end. I think that the power of the technology of AI is going to it's going to be something that people give more importance and credence to than even laws. I know that sounds kind of wild to say, but I think that's where we're moving. I think because the people who are actually in control of the world and the laws want AI to be a thing.
Well, the AI is going to become the judge at some point, and the AI will just dismiss your accusations.
The computing power is going to accelerate to the point where the AI will be able to generate enough of its own images and videos that then it will be referencing itself. And once it reaches that point, copyright won't be an issue at all. Because it'll just take from everything it's already created, and then it'll be not linked to anything made by people.
Then can you imagine how vapid and just
it's all going to end up. You know the like YouTube thumbnails that people do, the AI ones, how they all kind of look the same.
Right.
It's all that same. You're just going to end up with that. With a movie like that clip, it'll all just look like that, and that'll become that's AI.
Right, but that's what the people who are in charge of the world want. Like they want everything to look the same. They want everything to be
but it
like
has
cookie
side
cutter
effects.
corporate level.
Like when I go down my X feed now, like everybody uses AI for memes and whatever, visual to accompany their X post. But when you see too much AI in short time, like it gives you this kind of AI nausea feeling. You get just sick of it at some point.
Well,
it's like looking through writers' Twitter, all the fucking novel covers. Ugh.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But most of them, with a couple exceptions. But yes.
A few notable exceptions. That's
just
right.
Yeah.
But you're right. There, most of them are like just so
Yeah,
bad.
it's like, look, if you want me to invest in your fucking shitty novel, then maybe invest in some fucking artwork.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to use it for the cover of the book, what are the chances you've used it to write the fucking thing?
Yeah.
Right. The other thing is like
Oh,
I
hadn't even
hate
thought
the
about
AI coloring, and I'm even seeing some, whether it's indie or non-indie books, right? It's got that same just overbearing like shininess, and like
Right.
even the art is like so the characters are so peeled
Mm.
away from the backgrounds with the color borders that you're just like it looks AI, and it's like why are
So-
you either you're using it or you're imitating it, and it's like it's ugly.
I actually used Grok to see if I could, and I'm not showing anyone any of this stuff. No one's ever going to fucking see it, but to see if I could teach it to draw like me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of unnerving. I'll be honest, it was kind of
It
unnerving.
could kind of do it.
It was sort of almost there. If it had gone at it a bit long, but that was enough for me. When
Right.
it was almost there, I was like, no, fuck you.
It kept drawing women with C cups, and he was like, "Nah, this will never work."
And I actually fed in a couple of pages of like Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter just to see if it could color it. And after a couple of goes, it was like, oh, it's not too bad. Fuck you, AI. Fuck you, Grok.
Well, what's interesting is that something's going to happen where imperfection is going to become more appealing than perfection. Because so far, all AI imagery has part of the uncanny valley to it with people is that their faces are perfectly symmetrical, right? Like if you notice, everybody has like a cute looking face. Their eyes are the exact same size. They're perfectly symmetrical.
No uggos in AI.
But no
Yeah,
soul
the-
though. They're
the-
like they're
Yeah, the skin has no imperfections. So if people get used to that in the future and then they see something imperfect, it will actually make it more interesting to look at,
Mm.
right? Because then they'll get used to the opposite.
But we have to ask the question, though. When you say that, we have to ask the question. At a certain point, there's going to be so many artists who are, you know, there are the top level of artists, and these are the people who make thousands upon thousands of dollars upon each piece that they do because people recognize, hey, you know, like, so for instance, Alex Ross, I would consider one of the top level of artists who everybody else considers, you know, his work is so great. We'll continue to pay him for his work, yada, yada, yada. There's going to be people like that, people at that level. And then there's going to be everybody else who's put out of business by AI. So like at a certain point, you becoming an artist and being like, I want to make my living this way is going to be an unfeasible thing for the vast majority of people who would normally have
To be
done
honest,
that.
it's kind of getting that way. It's kind of there already because the little gigs you get when you're first starting off, all those are already being done with AI now. So you're not, you know, there used to be, you used to be able to make money doing YouTube thumbnails for people.
well, I mean,
fucking, you know,
AI
design
still
over-
have AI still has like porn restrictions and stuff like that. They have limits, so you're probably going to still have a market for the people who want furry porn and stuff like that.
Oh, great. Good. Thank God. I was really worried about them.
I mean, I don't know where you've heard that, but that's completely untrue.
Wait, the whole
porn thing.
AI restrictions thing is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Is it
that's
untrue?
Yeah, that's completely
I'm sure there's
untrue.
other engines out there that people aren't.
Yeah.
Right,
aware
I'm
of.
probably not aware of it because I just use
Yeah.
Grok, and Grok is pretty limited. in
Oh
what you
no,
do,
dude, there's so
Which
many
is
out there.
surprising considering how nasty Twitter is. Like,
Yeah.
There's websites that'll still let you put people's faces on porn and stuff.
Yeah.
And on movies. And
Like
things
you'd be
that. It's-
shocked how many times I've been scrolling through Twitter and I've seen Mint Salad's face on porn. It's crazy. It's like, whoa, girl, aren't you gonna fight them on that? Anyway,
If you go looking for it, dude, you're gonna see it.
No, it's just I unmuted her. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. Like I don't want to mute her, but it's like
she does like these great, awesome comic book reviews from Comicsgate and stuff.
she does. That's why I don't want to mute her. But it's like, so now I just take to saying catty things about her, like pseudo porn. Like she had a Star Wars character, and she was like doing her thing, and I was like, "You're not even orange, and also the character wears more clothes. This isn't canon at all." Like, come on. But so anyway, I don't need to see that. So if you make an AI movie or script, can you copyright it? If not, it's the end of the movie business. I think
understand how it works with artwork and comics and stuff, but I don't know about movies. Don't know. I'm guessing if you've written the script yourself, then you can copyright it. You must be able to.
Well, all you got to do is have it generated by the AI, right? The script, and just go through it and edit it.
Well, what's the YouTube rule? Isn't the YouTube rule it has to be transformative? You can't argue that AI, but you can't argue that AI isn't transformative. Like, it does take what it views and then transforms it into something.
And are you going to believe anyone? If someone says that, you know, they've had input in it and they've done this, that, and the other two, I mean, there's a sort of person who's using AI to make stuff. So how can you believe them?
Yeah, it's like
that was a little bit bitchy, but you know,
look, it's already over. I mean, anybody in denial about AI taking jobs are just trying to cope right now. It's taking jobs. There's already companies and corporations creating AI commercials of actual people.
Dude, I've seen a few of those already on TV.
Yeah,
like that's you can spot it a mile off, but
that's putting actors out of work, right? Commercial actors out of work, putting production assistants out of work. It's already happening. I just saw a video on Twitter of a graduation ceremony at a school, and when they read your name to come on the stage, right? They're, oh, Patrick Cooney, and then you walk on the stage, grab the diploma. They got so fucking lazy that they had an AI computer read the names out one by one.
Wow. They couldn't have fucking. You could have paid me $20 and I would have said everybody's name.
I mean,
hire a homeless guy.
Seriously,
you gotta give it to them. It's a huge lesson that they're gonna learn because AI is gonna take all of their jobs going forward. And what's school gonna be for?
That you make a great point there, Frederick. You think that the indoctrination camps of college and the public education system, at least in America, I can't speak. I mean, just judging from your culture, I can actually speak for Britain and say that you're also the same way that we are, where you essentially are just taught what is the proper thing to be taught by the government in school, in the public schools. You think that they're not going to just be like, okay, well, we don't need you teachers anymore. We have just an AI program that will teach this class. 100%. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to say, well, this AI program is like beyond reproach. It doesn't make mistakes like a regular person. That's why you should trust it. Listen to it.
You could just look at, like, Google, that shitty AI thing that it's got now. When you search for something, it'll give you the AI kind of breakdown of it. If you word a question even slightly differently, it'll give you the opposite fucking answer.
Right.
That's how shit AI is. Yeah. Because when I'm trying to that Friday show we do, the horror stuff, trying to find out who owns the copyright on stuff and what I can use and what I can't and what's public domain, you'll get a million different fucking answers, and it's like, oh, well, that's useless.
He's being so humble here. It's called Friday Night Frights, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to post the link in the chat here. Of course, I type in Friday Night Frights, and you know what comes up? Some weird some weird like CGI, like it almost looks like monsters mixed with brats. Does that make any sense?
Weird.
It is fucking weird. It is very weird. I don't know why this is the first thing to come up. Oh my gosh.
Another point about like movies and things like that being done with AI. Why would anyone bother to pay to go and see that shit when they can just make it for themselves once the AI is that good? Why, and all the money is going to be in these websites that generate the content. That's where the money will be, not in the actual product that you produce.
Well, I spelled Friday wrong, but
Friday, you bastard.
Friday Night Frights. Guys, go check this out. Please go like and subscribe to Peter's channel. It's a great show. I've had the pleasure of watching it 2 times in a row now. So go check it out.
If you want to see the full show, you've got to watch us live, because after every show, I get like 20 copyright things and have to cut stuff out.
That is true. Yeah. So go check that out if you can.
Studio Canal Plus, that company. Fuck you, you French bastards. Sorry.
You French bastard.
Motherfuckers.
Patrick, a furry confirmed. No, dude, I honestly find that stuff abhorrent, like reprehensible. I never got it. I never got it. I get the whole like I kind of, not even really fully, but I kind of get the whole like Star Wars alien stuff, but not the furry stuff. The furry stuff to me is always like, it's always so close to like things that you experienced as a child that it makes me like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty much people who grew up watching Chipmunks and shit like that, you know, cartoons.
Well, you know, like we've talked about
Rescue Rangers.
We've talked about this, Peter, like the Redwall series, for instance. Amazing series of books. And every child should read that series once they reach like 3rd or 4th grade, depending on how intelligent they are. But like, I don't think that stuff contributes to the furry stuff. I think it's just porn.
That's different.
I think
That's
it's
a
just
different
porn.
thing.
Yeah, the Star Wars
maybe
aliens.
anime.
I love how he's like pretending like he doesn't know. Come on, Skelly.
Star Wars alien stuff.
You thought you what do you tell me you never thought about a Twi'lek before?
So I type into Google Star Wars alien porn. There's a ton of it out there. Don't do it.
Oh man. But no, I mean it though. Go please subscribe and like to this channel here. He does shows every Friday night at 7 p.m. EST. And so yeah, go check it out.
It's not the aliens that were hot in Star Wars. You had Princess Leia in the 3rd one that was all in, you know, in chains and bikini dancing, you know?
That's right. In front of that big slug.
And if you know what's what, then you go and look for the Rolling Stone magazine photo shoot.
I guess I
That's
never
what you
knew
do.
what's what. I gotta write something down. Hold on.
Look it up. Look it up. It's great. It's not obscene or anything like that. It's just it's her in that.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh yeah, I'd plow Ayla Sakura. Yes, dude, Ayla Sakura. Oh, you were 12 and you were like, whoa, wait a minute, who's that? Ayla Sakura, hello.
Who?
Ayla Sakura? Oh, come on, you're not a real Star Wars fan. She was the blue Twi'lek from episode 2.
Yeah, but
Gets
her name
blown
never.
away on the
Episode
planet of
2, which
Felucia
is
by
not
the
even in the
clones.
original trilogy.
Her name never got fucking mentioned, so how would I know her name? If it's not in the movies, it's
Actually,
not
you're
canon.
right. Her
Don't
name
care.
was never said, but
No,
there
it's
were
just
a lot of
bunch
characters.
fucking nerds. Fucking sci-fi Star Wars.
I'm
nerds
happy
making
to be
shit
that
up.
way. I was excited as a child that Kit Fisto showed up at the fight between those Jedi
That
Masters
is also
and
the gay.
Palpatine.
That is the gayest name ever, Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto. It is kind of gay. I will say that.
Kinda. It's hard to get gayer than that, dude. It's like,
Look, bro, you think he's gay, but then you remember that there was a point where Ayla Sakura, the Twi'lek, and he were underwater and she was drowning, but he can breathe water through his leku. And so he
Holy
started
shit.
sucking face with her and breathing water through his leku and giving the air into her like, come on.
Nerd.
Come on.
Fucking nerd.
Super sick.
Princess
that was when
Leia in a
that was when Star Wars was cool, but now it's not
Princess
cool anymore.
Leia in a bikini. That's the OT, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you're not wrong. That's great stuff. And then she strangles Jabba. You imagine how many guys were really excited about that.
Strangle porn on top of it.
Yeah. And then if you really know what's what,
Plo
you don't
Koon's
just-
name is a tiny bit racist, no?
Yeah. You don't just look up the Rolling Stone photo shoot. You look for that one photo from the set where it's a photo of her from behind in that costume. There's only one photo out there, and it's
Well, we'll take a look at that when we get a chance here.
pretty sure they didn't need to make it. They didn't need to make it a G-string at the back. You know what I mean? They didn't need to.
Skeleton says, I learned her name from Battlefront 2. We all did, brother. Yes, yes. And the books and all that, yes. Star Wars used to be so cool back in the day. I mean, you had guys named Kit Fisto, and nobody thought anything sexual about them. Now, here we are today.
It was clearly done on purpose. Clearly, they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see that cut scene. I think it was like recreated of what Mace Windu was supposed to have done to Jango Fett. Did you guys see that?
No.
Do you remember what
I
he
think
does
so.
to Jango Fett at the end of Attack of the Clones? He just chops his head off pretty much.
Yeah.
He slices his blaster and then he chops his head off. But in this apparently deleted scene, dude, he like chops one of his arms off and then he like lops it. It's savage. I'll find it in a second here. But before we do that, we got to say goodbye to B.A. Turner. Thank you for being here, B.A.
Dude,
I
for sure.
appreciate it, man.
Congrats
Yeah,
on a
man, thanks.
successful campaign. And yeah, let's try to get it to at least 3,500, if not better, here in the. Because when does it close out? Is it tonight or is it technically like midday?
Technically
tomorrow?
1 p.m. tomorrow, but you know, we're trying to get as many people as we can tonight and then call it a day, a campaign.
Sounds good. Well, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. I
All right,
appreciate you
guys
being
have a good night.
Have a good night. Peace
Yeah,
out.
thanks, guys. Take it easy.
See you, BA.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's see if I can find that
What?
clip here.
Oh, I thought you were looking for Leia.
No, I can't because the way you make it sound is you make it sound like I can't bring it up on stream.
No,
and if I
well,
can bring it up
no,
on stream,
no,
I'm gonna
no,
have
no, no.
Carbon bring that up on stream. I could bring Brittany Venti up on stream. You guys want me to bring her
No.
up? We can talk about
No.
her.
No,
You
no,
sure?
No.
I mean, we can do it. It's not a big deal. We can just bring her up if you guys want to
No,
talk about
don't.
her.
No, that was enough last time. Thank you very much.
We could
Leave
do a video
Brittany
compilation.
alone.
Best of Brittany Venti clips.
That's Carbon and I are on the same page.
So none.
No, we're not, because I'm going to show her worst moments.
You already
That's
showed her
Brittany
worst
Venti.
moments. You showed that one picture where she didn't have any
Yeah.
Did
makeup
you
on.
see, Patrick? Did you see the stream where Brittany went on the Jack show? This was like over a year ago.
No, I don't even know she ever went on there. What
It
happened?
was the last time. You didn't see it?
No, and she's been
No,
off
we
YouTube
don't want
for
to
a
either.
year, probably. No, I mean, well, you don't want to, Peter, but you know,
It was hilarious.
I am.
Where what happened was she previously on the same day went on another stream
Mhm.
and got into an argument with Alex Stein on the
Okay.
Chrissy Mayers stream, right?
Yeah.
And she called out Alex Stein for something and made him uncomfortable. And then Alex Stein ended up leaving. So
Oh.
then later that night they had the Jack show. She goes on it, and then they ask her about it, and they kind of investigate, and they're like, "Yeah, you were a bit fucked up for bringing that thing up, because it made it awkward."
Uh-huh.
And then everyone turned on her, like the whole panel. Ethan went on, and after everyone had the whole story, they're like, "Brittany, why don't you just apologize to Alex?" And she basically gaslit everybody. It was like, "I didn't know that he would get upset." And then that people do that kind of thing where they're like, "Well, I'm sorry you felt that way."
Right.
Yeah.
That I did
No,
that. I'm
I-
not sorry I did it, but I'm sorry that you felt that way as a result of me.
Did she pull
I
an
do
Eric
know that-
July like, I hope this helps you understand? kind
Yeah,
of
no,
thing?
it was ridiculous, and everyone was laughing at her because it was so obvious that she was gaslighting. And then Chokeout went on, and then, Chokeout has
Oh, yeah,
no
yeah.
patience, and he
I
cursed
do
her out.
remember.
He literally, when I think he called her out, he's like, you know what you did was wrong.
Yeah.
And
You
to
fucking
admit
cunt. You what?
Right? And,
Yeah.
and then she gaslit him. She goes, "Oh, I've already been yelled at today. I don't need to be yelled at by another man."
Now, hold on a second, though. Hold on a second. I will say, I don't know what she said about Alex Stein, but I will say, anybody talking shit about Alex Stein is well within their rights, considering what he does for a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the shit starter. So anybody starting shit on him, you have like what you reap, you sow.
It's
I mean,
fair game. It's just fair game.
I'm not saying that what she said was right. What I'm saying is like he should understand that he's fair game for any kind of
Oh yeah.
fuckery.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
What happened was a unique circumstance because it's not that she insulted him per se. She
Uh-huh.
brought up something awkward that happened behind the scenes where he was invited to another show and then he canceled on that person. It was retarded, but the fact that it was like a backroom thing that she aired out suddenly on the stream and he didn't expect it was awkward, and that's what it was. Like she
Yeah.
pulled a faux pas kind of,
Yeah.
It'd be like if I mentioned something that we talked about in DMs suddenly on our show, you know what I mean?
You could honestly, bro, you could mention anything that you and I have discussed on DMs and it'd be Like there'd be
Well,
no
I know
problem.
that, but that's an example. I'm just giving you an example of
Gotcha.
the kind of thing it'd be like. Yeah.
Interesting. I actually kind of want to go back and watch that now. I'm not simping for her. I'm just saying. Well, maybe I may be.
Yes, you are.
Just a little bit, just simping for her. But when you're desperate, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, okay. I think I have the clip here that I was referencing. Let's bring it up. I hope this is the one. Let's see. Unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. You see that the thing he did to wait a minute. The thing when he hits him in the leg here, totally unnecessary. It doesn't even chop his leg off. He just does it for fun. Arm, leg, head.
Fuck you.
That's just Mace flexing.
Say what again, motherfucker?
Right. He's just flexing at that point. Oh my god.
That is, over the top.
It is completely over the top, but I wish it was in the real movie.
Look, it even disgusted Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula's like,
That was a bit much.
good God. This is disgusting.
It's like Dracula if you had no fashion sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't shit on Count Dooku, dude. Count Dooku is
Dracula if he dressed like a 19th
He's just a
century
stand-in
grandmother.
for Jar Jar. What are you talking about?
just a stand-in for Jar Jar. No, Count Dooku is special. Okay, he's different and special. Well, let's watch this one more time because I think it's really funny. Arm, leg, head. No reason. It's so like it's so un-Jedi. He's just like, I'm gonna
The funny
cause
thing
you
is-
as much pain as I need to before I kill you.
The lightsaber fights, if you look at it again, from the fact that the swords are weightless because it's light.
Mhm.
The way they're swinging it doesn't make any sense actually because it looks like they have weights in them.
Yeah. It's
In reality, if you had a lightsaber, the fight would be over like in seconds because you could literally it's weightless. You would just wave it around in front of you.
You just go, woo.
Okay, nerd. God. Ugh,
You
screw
kill them
it.
instantly.
If you had any sense, you just fucking throw it.
Well, yeah. And if you were Darth Maul, you would have just thrown your double-bladed lightsaber at both Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan to
To be
start the
fair,
fight.
If you were Mace Windu, you wouldn't even run up to him. You just go and crush his fucking helmet.
I hadn't even thought about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You crush his head and just watch it shoot out the top.
Oh, you
Just-
see all the juice coming out.
Fountain. Yeah.
Turn around, look
Great.
at Boba, just give him like a
Yeah.
sub.
Like Popeye with a can of spinach.
Yeah, right. Peter, I understand the reference, but I don't think our chat does. They're a little younger, so maybe
Popeye.
really.
Everyone knows who Popeye is. There's been two Popeye
Popeye.
movies in the last fucking month.
Wait, what? Oh, AI movies?
No. Two Popeye horror movies, and well, last 2 months. I think.
Oh no, they're doing the Popeye horror thing now.
There's two. There's two. Yes, there's two.
Oh,
One of them's like must have cost $50 to make, and it's fucking awful. And then the other one, for some reason, it all takes place in a warehouse, most of it, and Popeye just butchers people.
It came out already? I didn't even see
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Both of them are just like Popeye killing people. The first one's really bad. The second one, it does actually look like Popeye. It's pretty cool, pretty gnarly. Bad
Popeye the
film.
Slayer, man.
There's there's
looking
two.
it up.
There's two.
Popeye the Slayer, man.
I think we need to watch this trailer, dude.
The best AI video of Popeye I ever saw was the Conor McGregor as Popeye video. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Carbon, can you pull it up? Pull that trailer up?
Pull it up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take a
I'm
whiz
pulling
real
it up.
quick. If you need something else,
Ridiculous.
Carbon, to play while I'm gone taking a whiz and smoking a cig,
I take it
play
back.
play Mail
Take
and
it back.
Mysteries. You hear me,
Take
Carbon?
it back. There's three Popeye horror movies that came out. I thought there was only two. Popeye's Revenge, Popeye the Slayer Man, and Shiver Me Timbers.
Shiver me. Oh my god. I'll be back. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette because Peter's been smoking them inside, and he makes me jealous.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Shiver
well,
Me
they
Timbers
don't
looks
smoke
terrible.
cigarettes.
There's also Mail and Mysteries. If you guys want to check that out for while I'm gone, it's up to you.
I'm in that.
Yeah.
So it's
Popeyes.
Okay, I'm pulling it up now.
Oh, Mandy!
It's fucking ridiculous. Go away.
We have the show again, boys.
Do it. It's just a good one. I can't remember. I've seen 2 of them. Well, actually, no. I watched the first 10 minutes of one. And it was awful.
Hell is all.
Son of a B. Is it going in and out?
It's
Oh, it's
kind
just freeze framing.
of freezing, and yeah, this is the one where Popeye actually looks good.
I'm gonna lower the quality of it.
Yeah, 60 frames a second is not going to happen.
Was this that pirate man thing you were going on about in class? the
Sailor
other day?
man. Tonight's the last night we can get inside.
They're, aware of the charming stories circulating about
They
this
showed him
place.
briefly for a second there.
ghost stories.
He's not a ghost. The Sailor Man is real.
Damn.
He doesn't take kindly to visitors stopping at his doorstep.
If she's just doing some school project, then why won't she just pick the phone up? Yeah, what should I do? She said they're going to be at the old candy factory, right? Let's go down there. Do you know where the factory closed down 20 years ago? There was a spinach contamination.
Oh, dude. Who thought of this?
Monster.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is crazy. Because Popeye's like public domain, I would imagine now.
Yeah, and the second anything goes into public domain now, there's a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many. Like, have you ever seen the
Dude,
Winnie the Pooh ones?
I'm actually speechless.
No, I have not.
So there's the Winnie the
Yeah,
Pooh
that I
one,
saw.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
And it's like, but then the second one, Blood and Honey 2, is actually good. Weirdly, because it got more money, so they got some known actors in it. When it went into all, it was weird. I think Winnie the Pooh was like inhabited by the spirit of a dead pedo or something. It was weird.
Whoa. That's
Very, very dark.
The trailer looks like a.
And then they just released Piglet.
It feels like a Saturday Night Live sketch, like a comedic fake trailer. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's what all these. There's so many that just. It kind of gets annoying, and they just announced it's every week. There's a new one being announced. Some kids' property that. It's all the fault of the Banana Splits, because there was a Banana Splits horror movie like years ago, and that was good. I enjoyed that.
So this is the eventual fate of every IP once it becomes public domain. A horror movie will be made immediately.
A horror movie straight away, and then I'm pretty sure they've got to be making them. They've got to know when the thing's going to be public domain. They make them beforehand, so the second they can release it, they do. Because there's no way like 3 Popeye movies like turn up the day after it becomes public domain.
Here's the Winnie the Pooh trailer.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Oh, for the first one, yeah, the first one's not great.
You know, you're the first person I ever shown this place to.
And why am I so special?
Because soon we'll be Christopher and Mary Robin. We should be close now.
Robin.
I'm not going to find them.
We will. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher, we need to leave. Now.
I really need to find out what's happening, okay?
kind of cold. And did you say it has a pool?
We need to go. There's Laura's step. There's someone else outside. What's that?
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear. I
Yeah. Yeah, the first one, it's like blatantly just dudes in rubber masks because the faces don't move. But the second one,
Yeah, it doesn't really. It's just slightly laughable.
The second one, there's some animatronic stuff going on, and Tigger turns up in the second one, and he's Tigger's literally a fucking psychopathic serial killer. It's fucking great.
Oh man, sounds good.
The second, I did enjoy the second one. The first one, I was like, this is dog shit. Yeah, I don't even know why. Why did I watch the second one? I don't know. There was some reason. Someone told me to watch it. And then there's also, what else came out recently? It's called Mouse Boat, I think, and that's Steamboat Willie horror movie.
Yeah, I was going to mention Mickey Mouse. Probably they did that already.
Oh yeah, I think there's a Bambi one. They've done Bambi, and I can't think what else. Might be a Pinocchio one.
It'll be interesting to see when they finally do a Superman horror movie, right? Because Superman's the first superhero that's going to be public domain.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
soon, I
while till
think.
that happens, though, isn't it? Isn't that like 20 years away or something?
I thought it was sooner than that.
I might be wrong. Yeah.
When did
Isn't it
Superman
public domain?
2034.
34. So we're like, what is it now? 100 years in the States?
Well, it's funny because
75 years, isn't it, or something? You have to wait.
I thought he came out in 38, so it's not exactly 100.
No, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
does it become public domain after 100 years now?
75, I think, or
75.
78 years. So there must have been some kind of copyright on the very first, I don't know. Must be something to do with that. What will become public domain? Yeah, just the whole website is where you can find out what's about to become public domain. Usually crap. Usually.
We got Katie did here. She says, "Love y'all." What's up, Katie? How are you?
What up?
Hey, Katie.
Katie. So I'm looking at the details here for the public domain for works created after 1977. Copyright lasts for the life of the author plus 70 years. But if it was made prior to 77, it's 95 years from publication or 120 years from creation, whichever comes first. So it varies.
Yeah, I mean, it's different over here as well. The stuff in the UK that's public domain that isn't over there in America. Like,
Yeah, the laws are different in different countries.
Sherlock Holmes and Conan the Barbarian and all that, that's all public domain over here.
Yeah, Canada as well.
Well,
I
Sherlock
think pretty
Holmes is
much
public domain over here too. I'm pretty sure. I mean, how
only certain things, and you try and make something, see what happens.
Canada, it's 50 years. You guys is 75. I think
it's
France is
yeah, I
also
think
like 70s.
I think with Tarzan, you could use certain things, but then you couldn't use other things. But this year, the last of the Tarzan books became public domain, so everything's fair game now with Tarzan. And everything is also now fair game with the Wizard of Oz.
Wait, everything? Everything with the Wizard of Oz is fair game now?
Well, yeah, that's why Eric Winters
Jack,
could do his book.
Jack Pumpkinhead was the last book not written. It wasn't written by Frank Oz. It's written by, there was a woman who took over writing, like officially writing the Oz books, called Ruth something or other. And the last one, which is the Jack Pumpkinhead one. So, you know, the dude with the pumpkin head, obviously.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. He became public domain earlier this year. So
yeah, that was
that's
the second
amazing.
book. Yeah.
So that's everything now from Oz. So you can just do whatever the fuck you like, as long as you don't use the ruby slippers.
That one was
You can't
called
do that.
Return to Oz, I believe. You had the Clockwork Man and the Pumpkin
Return to
Man.
that's like the second book. That was public domain ages ago. No, Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz by Ruth Plumley Thompson. There you go. Maltese Falcon, public domain. Not that you'd want to write a Maltese Falcon comic.
I'm just trying to figure out. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to pin my link to the top of my chat. Katie says
Click on
it's
the-
possible to do it.
Yeah, click on the little dots next. Oh, from here.
No, I'm here we go. There we go. Pin
Yeah,
message. There. Now it's pinned. Thank you. Should be there now.
Yeah, the Tarzan book that became public domain is one of the best ones as well. The one that became public domain this year, where Tarzan encounters basically Romans and a lost kind of culture of Romans in the middle of fucking the jungle. Great.
Like Roman, like
Soldiers,
Roman-
yeah, centurions, and yeah,
Fascinating.
fascinating.
Well, let's take a look at the campaign as it's
Do it.
going so far. Phenomenon number 2. Let's see here. We were at 3352, and we are now at oh yes, 3421. I think we can get $80 more, $79 more. I'm pretty sure we can get to 3,500, folks. That'd be a really cool thing if we can get to 3,500 for this campaign. A lot of great stuff happening with it. Let me show. I do want to bring up some things that people are going to get with this campaign if they back it. Everybody gets 2 things. First of all, you get. Whoops! Stop that screen. You get the Frederick Gaumont print of Blue Rose, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece, colored obviously by Peter Gilmore. Fantastic stuff. This is going to go out with every single book that everybody gets, just like the diamond print from the last campaign that Paul Ravoche did. Everybody's going to get this one as well. Spectacular. Look at this. It's so beautiful, isn't it? You were supposed to say yes. Yes, it's so beautiful.
Sorry,
the response that people
We're
were
all
supposed to have was,
speechless.
you
We're
know.
speechless, entranced by the beauty of it, Patrick.
Sorry, I fell down a rabbit hole of what's public domain and what's about to be public domain.
Well, you know, it's not public domain. Phenomenon, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
And,
It's true.
it's okay. I understand, you know, Alzheimer's, it catches up with people. And so here we are with this beautiful print by Frederick Gaumont, colored by Peter Gilmore. Just fantastic stuff. I'm really excited to send this out to people. This is a really, I think this is at this point the picture of Blue Rose. Like, this is the picture.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Katie, look, if you're not even on the stream, Katie, you can't tell me to not harass people on the stream.
Leave me alone, you assholes.
Can you zoom in on that drawing a little bit?
I sure can if I figure out how to do it. There we go. Yeah. Just fantastic stuff. I love what you did with her Plasrad up here. I love what you did with her Plasrad.
We went through things to get the Plasrads right, didn't we?
Oh, we sure did. That was one of those things.
Yeah.
ought to have been a real conversation instead of a text conversation.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, it probably would have been done in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This drawing might trigger some epileptic people.
It might, and that's like half the fun, you know.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
how
blood-
much light seems to be emitting from it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like light is a big factor on this piece.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's got the plasrad powers. And she's all chromed up. Well, half chromed up.
Sorry,
Good bit of-
I'm still looking at the public domain shit. I've just seen something awesome that's coming into the public domain next year.
Dude, I'll tell you what, once the Fantastic Four goes into public domain, the best comic books ever made of the Fantastic Four are going to be coming from yours truly, hands down.
Well, I was saying earlier, Patrick, that because we were looking at those weird trailers like the Popeye horror, and then we watched the Winnie the Pooh horror movie trailer. So I have a feeling that as each IP becomes public domain, there will be a horror movie made about it. So we'll probably
let's see what they do next year when Frankenstein and Dracula Universal Monsters become public domain.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And is someone going to make a Pluto the dog? Disney's Pluto. He's public domain next year.
He's diabolical.
Cujo, but with Pluto.
Oh yeah,
that'll happen. It's probably already been made. Probably waiting.
Mouth.
Art Hyder says Flash Gordon, Conan. What else is coming? I mean, it's a weird thing with Conan. People have been doing their own Conan stuff, and it might as well be Conan, but it's always a different name, you know.
Yeah.
But like people doing their own Conan stuff for a long time.
Yeah, Conan, Tarzan. It's all gets done. Oh yeah, Conan is 2027. There you go.
Wow. Does the Fantastic Four reach that before 2035? Because 2035 is the year the world's going to end, and I'm just hoping that maybe I can.
King Kong.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to end.
Well, it's okay, Frederick. I'm right about most of these things.
Why?
I'm right.
2035.
What do you say?
Why 2030? Why 2035?
Because people who are in the know have said that. It's a long. There's a lot of things you should look into in order to figure out how it's 2035. Not only does it like wrap into religious prophecy, like from Our Lady of Fatima, which some of you may know about, some of you may not. But it also wraps into things said by, say, for instance, the WHO and other
2057. Fantastic Four.
There's no.
Bucky Barnes 2036. Red
I don't
Skull,
care about Bucky
2037.
Barnes.
Spider-Man is the year after Fantastic Four.
Yes, that makes sense. Sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
I wanted to write the best Fantastic Four story of all time, but I
I
guess
mean, you can still write it.
I could, and I could do a kind of like a John Byrne type thing.
And don't
You know what I
forget
mean?
that you got to remember that George Lucas wanted to do Flash Gordon, and he couldn't. And
Yeah.
That's what Star Wars became. Star Wars is his tribute to Flash Gordon.
Huh.
And he surpassed it, So don't be afraid to do your own take on it. Because that's
Well,
basically what the Incredibles are, right? Incredibles is just the Pixar version of Fantastic Four.
Yeah. And there's some very like Fantastic Four-y stuff in my comic book. Like for instance, all their costumes, like Blue Rose's costume, for instance, is that's kind of based on astronaut suits to a degree. So there was a level of that. Like the way I always looked at, I don't know, the way I looked at my characters was somewhere within that realm of like,
I think the Russians called them cosmonauts.
they do call them cosmonauts.
Mhm.
Did you know the Russians had this thing called oh gosh, it's now it escapes me while I'm on a live stream. They were called not secret cosmonauts, but test cosmonauts. Do you guys know anything about this?
Trying don't know.
No.
Test cosmonauts were men who agreed to be involved in the most dangerous experiments that the Soviet Union had at their disposal, not just like space stuff, all kinds of stuff. And test cosmonauts were the people that they would send up. So, like, for instance, if the Soviet Union wanted to send a guy up into space and they wanted to claim, hey, we're the first people to send a guy up into space, they're not going to send a guy up who then, asphyxiates and explodes because their suit's not correct. Right? That's the guy they want to send up to claim that they were the first into space is the guy who actually successfully does it. So test cosmonauts were the guys who failed and who died for the Soviet dream. They're the guys who you don't talk about. And I'm sure America has their own version of it, but America doesn't talk about that.
The NASA had those as well, except they just weren't informed that they were the
right.
astronauts.
Right. And so, but with the Russians, they were just like, okay, so we're not sure if you're going to live or die, so good luck. And if you do have good luck, you're going to be a national hero. So,
and they had dogs that went ahead of men as well.
That's true.
Sputnik.
But the dogs that went ahead of the men, by the way, I should note, they went after test cosmonauts. Just so you're aware, these dudes literally put their lives on the line, and most of them just died and ceased to exist. And they never talked about them because they didn't want it to seem like a failure. So they did this thing where they would send these guys up there, or they would do these experiments with them that would have invariably lead to their deaths. And it's really a fascinating thing, to try to get the public opinion on your side. So what you have to do is you have to hide the fact that you've let a bunch of people die horrible deaths.
That's very unlike the Russians to do that.
Yeah. Well, no, it sounds like something governments would never do to their citizens, right? I mean, no one's ever done that.
Ever.
So get creative, Patrick. Stretchy woman, flamey man, rock youth, invisible middle-aged man doing things.
Do it.
Which reminds me, the Canadian government is now offering maid assistance, the assisted dying service, to people who are in depression, because therapy takes like 4 months, but you could actually get the death service in 3 months. So,
wow, that's hot and ready.
Much faster.
Yeah, hot and ready death.
Why wait for proper medical care when you could just get killed right away?
Right.
So they basically made it not only acceptable, but so readily available for anybody to off themselves.
Yeah,
just by saying.
Not only that,
person could just claim to be depressed and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm depressed. I don't want to live anymore." Oh, we'll help you with that.
They're also calling people, offering them this service, like, "Hey, we know you're on the waiting list for something to help you go up the stairs automatically, but we have this other thing called assisted dying."
Dude, Canada is in trouble, man.
We know you're on the waiting list for chemo, but how about a bullet to the brain instead?
No, it's not a bullet. They just paralyze you and drown you for over 24 hours.
Oh, that sounds much more humane.
Dude, they want to do. They're trying to do it over here, but it won't happen.
Well, liberalism is a very dangerous thing because this is the eventuality of it. Just kill yourself because life sucks, or start killing other people. That's going to be the next acceptable thing, and we're on our way there already.
Well, they're going to have a hard time in America. I would say poor British people. The biggest thing the British people ever did that was a mistake, Peter, and I hope you understand this, but I don't...
Was giving everyone their fucking countries back. We should have kept them all.
Well, that's true too, but when you guys gave up your guns and were like, yeah, no, we don't really actually need to have guns. That was the thing that sealed the deal for you, because you now have no way to fight against your government. And your government's like, okay, gotcha, bitch.
People always say that, but you can get a gun.
You said
legally.
Peter, you cannot get a gun the way I can get a gun. End of story.
Well, no, but I don't need one.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Why?
Because your whole country's overrun by Muslims.
Why do I? I don't need a gun. I'm fine.
Well, Johnny Scab said on stream that when we were chatting with him about it, that you can get hunting rifles easily, right?
Yeah, and how many rounds can those fire in a minute?
Weirdly enough, I was on the same stream and I was saying that.
Oh, okay.
So what? You can get a bolt action rifle. That's what you're saying? Oh, whoop-de fucking do! Wow.
Shotguns, all kinds of shit. Yeah, shotguns good.
Shotguns are okay. Not when you're fighting people with military weapons.
You know, the creators of the Ninja Turtles, the first time they got their $1 million check, the younger of the two bought an actual tank. That was his first purchase. And I think that's the dream for every comic book creator, to make your first $1 million and to buy a tank.
There's a
How much was the tank?
I don't know.
There's a dude lives not far from me. He's got a tank. He got in so much trouble for driving it because it was street legal, but they told him he couldn't because it was fucking the roads up. You're muted, Patrick.
I'm sure you were very excited about that for a hot second there. But he pays taxes for the roads. Why does that matter?
Because it's got big metal treads on it that were ripping the fucking every time he drove down the street, it was just wrecking.
Couldn't he just like drive down fields and fuck the roads?
So you're saying they heard about that and they didn't think it was fucking sick? Come on.
He's a strange guy. He's got a tank. He's got like, you know, those what are they called? I think it's called a duck. You know, the amphibious vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got one of those and a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I think he ended up making a deal with the farmer who owned the land behind him so he could just go through.
There you go.
That's awesome. You just got to put rubber treads in your tank instead of metal. Completely street legal in most states, says Skeleton Core. Sleeping says, Patrick, stop harassing your friends. No. And then she says, it's not his fault that he's been indoctrinated into a submissive mindset. Peter.
It's not submissive. It's just when you're of a certain age in the UK, you just, who gives a fuck about anything?
I know. That's how it works. But Peter, if you came over here, if you came to America, hopefully one day you do, I'll take you out to my friend's place. We have a little spot and we'll shoot some guns.
This is getting very gay.
No, let me tell you, it's not gay. It's the opposite of that. I'll take you out to my friend's place out in the country. He's got like a log cabin. Nobody fucking, you try to look, let me put it like this. If you try to roll up on that guy, it'd be game over for you within about 5 minutes. But it'd be a great time. We'd shoot a bunch of guns. You'd get to see how amazing firearms are. They're not these crazy, horrible things that everybody thinks that they are. They're actually just
fire guns. You've got to remember, I was born in the
70s. You fired, okay, 70s. Okay, have you ever fired an automatic?
I was born in the 70s, and one of my best friends' father owned a gun store. So, you know.
Sleeping's like comedy says, Patrick will show you how he blows through loads. You're darn right I will.
Exactly.
You're darn right.
Mm-hmm.
We're not shooting ropes anymore. We're shooting fucking pellets, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, dude. No banjo music. Hello, Jeremy Burns, by the way. Hello. No, I just think that it's like British people and their opinions on guns are like gay people and their opinions on women. You know what I mean? Like if you were to ever engage sexually with a woman, or you were to like see boobs.
I mean, if you were,
dude, are you lecturing
oh my God,
me
this
on
is the greatest thing in the whole world? And that's how I feel like British people would feel about guns if they actually had the opportunity to like actually fire some real guns.
I'm just not entering into this conversation anymore. I'm done.
It's okay. Look, it's better that you don't say anything because jealousy is not a good look on you, Peter. So, yes, they do have to have the same. They have to have the same gun hobbies I do. They've got to.
I mean, guns are great. I'm not gonna lie.
They're fun, you know. Shot a few. Used to go every Sunday morning and shoot fucking animals.
I was shooting at a young age as well.
Peter, did you ever like get an animal that you've killed?
Yeah, pheasant. Yeah, mostly pheasant, to be honest.
What's that like? What's that like shooting a pheasant? Do you have to like?
I tell you what, you've not heard anything until you've heard a fucking pheasant take off right next to you. It sounds like a fucking helicopter. They're that loud.
Really?
Fucking it's terrifying. Yeah, yeah. So, really fucking loud, and they're so big and fat. It's like, how can I miss that? And you wait for it to get a little bit further away, you know, because it'd feel mean otherwise.
But do you have to pluck out each individual? I've never
Yeah.
eaten a bird before that I've killed. So do you have to pluck out each feather before you?
Well, you do handfuls. Yeah, I was a chef for many years. I can gut like sheep and fucking cows and stuff.
Okay, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The most I've ever did is literally pull the skin off a squirrel. That was fun. It smelled weird, but then like you tasted it and you're like, that it's good. Like it smells like it tastes, but it's
cooked.
I don't know, it's good.
You cooked the squirrel?
Of course, yeah.
Redneck.
Bro, he had a lot of squirrels.
questionable.
He had a lot of squirrels out in the backyard. I was like, it made me feel really good because we were out there.
You know, some squirrels are pro MAGA, Patrick.
They are. I'm sorry. This is before I knew that. But we were out there and it was really cool because it was kind of lightly drizzling and the squirrels like to hide when it really starts to rain. So we were hoping to get at least 4 of them before it really started raining. We got 2 or 3, but it was cool to me because we would just go out there. We wouldn't say a word. And he would sit down with his 22 and I would sit down too. And then we would just like look around and just wait and listen. And luckily, well, I mean, it was weird because he didn't notice the squirrels as fast as I did. Like I would notice out of my peripheral like movement and I'd be like, there's one over there. And he would go, oh yeah, there is one. And that made me feel really good because I'm obviously not nearly as much of a hunter as some of these other people.
Oh man, skeleton core.
So basically, you guys didn't encounter any deer, so you went, fuck it, let me just shoot a squirrel.
No, we actually did encounter a deer. Actually, within the very first hour, we were sitting up on his deer stand, just waiting around, and a young buck came up. He said it was about 2-3 years old or something like that. But the problem was that it wasn't in season, so we weren't allowed to shoot it. So we just kind of looked at him and waited, and then moved on to our squirrels.
You were afraid of him.
How did the squirrel?
He was too
how
big.
Did it taste?
He did. I mean, Patrick got all excited when a young buck came up.
Yeah, I wanted to shoot off my load at him, but
damn, man.
Unfortunately, it was illegal.
This stream is going to be a gold, man.
These bigots in the government preventing me from shooting off my load. So,
the squirrel meat, how did it taste?
Actually, dude, it was really good. Like, in fairness, we did mix it with some. He had some like garlic thyme or something like that. That we seasoned it with when we were cooking it. But, well, actually, I should specify when his wife was cooking it. But it was really, really, really good.
It wasn't gamey?
I mean, I didn't think it was that gamey. He was very dissatisfied with it. He said, "This is horrible, squirrel. This is the worst squirrel. I'm so like embarrassed that this is the first squirrel you've eaten." And I'm like, "Dude, this is awesome. Like, it's so good." The one complaint I would have if I were to have a complaint, it's not really much of one, is that there's so little meat that you have to.
Yeah.
It's all in like little tiny little nuggets.
It's a squirrel, Patrick.
No, I know. We were hoping for 4 squirrels. We only got 2. So the amount of meat was small, and it was tiny little nuggets. So bite-sized, I guess, but it still tasted really good. I mean, the squirrel, I like squirrel, honestly. If you had said to me, you have to live off squirrel for the rest of your life, I'd be like, okay.
Do you know how many families of squirrels did you have to kill to live off of them?
Yeah.
Bro. There was one squirrel, he thought he was cheeky too. He got clipped in the hind leg, and he went into a stump that was like a hollowed out stump. And I guess he thought he was going to hide there. And my friend, like, literally, like, went up to the stump, put the gun in, and, like, rooted around for him until it made a noise, and then just pop, and then we got him. So, but at that point, because it was 2 different separate wounds on 2 different parts of the body of the squirrel,
That was most of the meat gone.
Yeah, exactly. So there is, you gotta get a headshot, otherwise you're
All for
wasting a lot of
nothing.
meat.
All for nothing.
Well, it wasn't for
Cool,
nothing.
cool.
It was still good. It tasted good. So
You ever tried frog? Frog's legs.
no, actually, I've never tried frog. I would like
That's
to try
great.
that.
Frog's legs are great. Yeah.
Frog's legs, yeah. Tastes like chicken.
Does it really?
We
Does
might-
it actually?
Yeah, pretty
People
much.
say that.
People say that.
We might have to resort to this if an impending catastrophe occurs.
Tried frog's legs. Tried snails.
Escargot.
Nails are bad, huh?
No, it's great. You
No,
gotta get
it's-
them in.
Your French, your
garlic
opinion doesn't
butter.
count, Frederick. Peter, what do you
I've-
think about snails?
I've been eating snails since I was a kid.
Yeah,
Of course you have, because you're French.
You got to throw a lot of garlic and stuff in there.
My
but-
parents have been
garlic
handing me
butter,
bullshit since I was a
Yeah.
kid, says Frederick.
No, I was eating them in the guest house in Germany.
Wait, you're German too? The story thickens.
No, I was born in Germany, but from Canadian parents. So I've never been German. You need German blood for that. I don't have German blood. I know where to get some, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Fascinating. Sleeping Psychopathy says, my mom shot an owl because it was stalking her. Sleeping Psychopathy, were you aware, Sleeping Psychopathy, that the Native Americans looked at owls as a negative omen? They thought that owls represented essentially a creature that they were all terribly afeared of, known as the Wetiko, the Wendigo in some phrases. It's a terribly fascinating idea, this creature that eats people. It's a human person that eats people. But they thought that the Wendigo and the porcupine, interestingly enough, the porcupine, I don't know why. I mean, you can ask them why and they'll give you reasons, but it's kind of weird. Those two creatures were creatures that people thought that the spirit of the Wetiko controlled. So whenever you see a porcupine or an owl, just know that you might be about to be eaten. By,
I saw a porcupine like 2 feet in front of me when I was living up north here.
Oh,
it was slowly climbing down a tree, and I was just watching it climb down.
they can climb trees?
Yeah, it was climbing down, and it didn't look bothered at all. I was just watching it go, and it went along its way, and it didn't give a rat's ass about me.
Terribly fascinating. I love the rat's ass animal pun there. Thank you for that. Thank goodness she missed. Glad Wodenshot is still with us. Some people are. Wodenshot's been talking shit in the chat, so at this point, I'm kind of on Shane Davis's side. Like, let's pluck his feathers out and
holy shit.
Yeah,
We need to summon Mange here to get in there.
Exactly.
In the stream, yeah.
He got a lot better at picking his targets. Shane won't really do shit.
So just closing my browser window. I've got browser windows open with hot celebrity chick now. From earlier.
Well, I mean, you could bring some of those up if you want. I'm just saying. Well, we were going to talk about, we were going to bring up celebrity chicks that we all thought, but we thought we were attractive and see what the other people thought about it.
This is rigged. This is rigged. I got the best answer, and you said, "Oh, that's disqualified. That's too easy." Of course.
Now you see, when I was growing up, I think I always thought my first crush was like probably Wonder Woman or Daisy Duke, something like that.
Linda Carter, you're saying?
But then I remembered, and this I'm going to show you now. My first celebrity crush. Hang on. Let's get the right fucking window. That one, yes. Don't need the audio. No, there's no audio. There you go. This was my first celebrity crush.
Oh, hello. Who's this?
Kate Bush. Kate Bush.
Ooh, really? That's Kate Bush?
Yeah, damn. Back in the day, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, her voice is awful, but she looks
wow.
like a babe.
Whoa.
That's fucking fighting talk.
Her voice is not good. It sucks. Sorry, but she's a babe. What do you...
Mind blown.
I can't give you everything. But is
She's
she not a
one of
babe?
the most
She's a
renowned
babe.
singers of in England? You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she was famous. She. This is I'm guessing she was probably about 17 or 18 there. 17. But she
18, you meant to say. That's 18.
Well, no, she had her first #1 hit, I think, when she was 16 or
No,
14, maybe. She
probably
wrote
18.
Wuthering Heights.
That's why I said she was a babe, because she was 18. That's
well,
why that happened.
yeah, you know. Yeah. I think that, yeah.
Anybody else got a
Well, dude, I was younger than her at the time, so it doesn't fucking
I
matter, you know.
Um,
It is a weird one. I know what you're saying. And it's
You know
a
what I'm saying.
strange one to. But
She does remind me of that lady that Frederick has on his channel. The what's her name again? Frederick.
Oh, Sabrina Selena.
Sabrina. Yeah.
She's Italian, but she's played throughout Europe. She's very known in Europe, I believe.
Total babe.
The Boys, Boys, Boys song.
Yes. You want to? Do you have that clip to bring up just real quick?
We're not in my StreamYards.
Oh, damn it. Well,
that's how it works.
Elizabeth Montgomery in her prime, pure boner fuel. says
Probably share it. Yeah.
Yeah, try to share it if you can. Who's
Okay.
Elizabeth Montgomery? I don't know who this person is. Hold on while we goon for a second here. Elizabeth Montgomery. She's very, very German looking. Very German looking. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know, but we'll see what the chat thinks. Whoops, that's what I want to do. There we go. Green eyes, greenish, grayish eyes. Very nice indeed.
Liz Montgomery, yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that she's from? Okay. I thought
Yeah.
she looked familiar. Yeah.
She used to do the little nose twitch.
You know who it was for me? It was the brunette from I Dream of Jeannie. What was her name again?
The brunette from I Dream.
Yeah,
You mean the blonde.
No, the genie who dressed up in green and she had blackish brownish hair.
I don't know.
Hello, Catalyst Vault. I should have said hello to you a long time ago. Thank you for being here, man.
Hello, Catalyst.
Oh, I'm talking about though, right? The genie in the green. I mean, look, everybody had a crush on Genie.
Dude,
everybody.
the genie in the green was her, just with brunette wig on.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's her. I'm looking at her now. It's her. Hang on.
Share that because wait, she was Genie except with she was the same actress.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's why I was attracted to both of them.
Hang on. Right, let me open
Plot
this.
twist.
That's amazing. I had no idea. I had literally
It's Fight
no
Club
idea.
all over again.
This is amazing.
Come on, share screen. Why? I need StreamYards to be faster at doing stuff.
There we go.
It's
No
it is the same woman. Yeah, it is the same woman.
Wow.
Definitely. Hang on. Let me.
Well, that shows you my type then, because I preferred green and brunette to red and blonde. Wow.
Copy.
I'm shocked also that my parents let me watch this, considering they're both essentially wearing bikinis. Wow.
Yeah. You just preferred brunettes.
I guess
obviously.
that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick is the type of guy who falls for Clark Kent's glasses.
Yeah.
She looks like a John Buscema beauty.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Classical beauty.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. That was my first crush, I would say. My first crush was that lady, and then after that, it was actually Princess Leia, I will admit.
Oh yeah. Who didn't have a crush on Princess Leia?
Yeah. And then it was Miranda Cosgrove. That's actually my celebrity choice. I'm going to bring a picture up of Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah, I've got
Don't, because that makes me feel creepy because she's a kid.
I know it makes you feel creepy, but I was a kid when she was a kid, so I don't feel creepy anymore. I'm like, oh, she turned out hot. Cool. Oh, these are all horrible pictures. That's an okay picture. Can we back up a little bit? Good gracious.
Genie or Jin? That's right.
I was kind of lucky enough to, like, when I was a kid, all the Hammer horror movies were coming out as well, and there was so many stunningly beautiful women in there.
The glasses ruse. Miranda Cosgrove, even since I was a child, I was like, I had a ginormous crush on her. And then she grew up and I grew up and now she's super attractive. So, you know, it's one of those things. The problem is that she's probably like, if she's successful in Hollywood, that means that she's probably like drunk some like baby blood to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, don't you, Peter? You understand?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets it. Peter gets it.
I don't know. I'm looking at other stuff. I'm not listening to you at all.
I know you're not.
You're just talking hibbity jibbity.
Anyway, Miranda Cosgrove. What a babe. Wow, what a babe. We used to have really attractive women like Miranda Cosgrove. Now we've got people like that weird potato-faced woman from Last of Us. Let's bring up Frederick showed this.
This is Sabrina Selena.
The volume's gone. There's no volume.
There's no volume?
No volume.
No.
Probably got to share some other way. Hold on. Stop sharing. Present. Oh, it's probably got to.
You biffed it. You just totally you totally biffed it.
There's no option.
Oh, the green skin. That's a wild choice.
But do you know who that is?
No.
That is Yvonne Craig, Batgirl from the old Batman 66.
No way.
She was in Star Trek as well. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, the hot green chick from the original Star Trek is hot Batgirl.
Wow.
Gosh. And still to this day on Twitter, my most popular tweet ever was a photo of her stood on a beach in a bikini.
Dude.
I mean, I can spend days and days drawing shit and yeah, whatever.
Right.
Put a picture of a chick in a bikini. Do it. That's why you get all these accounts saying, "Do you remember this thing?"
Is that what her name is? Yvonne Craig?
Yeah.
She was a good one.
Skelly says, was Frederick's chick that black guy or the two gay dudes at the start of the video? Ooh, space alien tail. Wood.
All right, I'll show you mine.
Oh, Frederick.
At
You know,
some
you
point-
really pissed Frederick off by saying this, Skelly. He left the chat. That's how much you pissed him off. So I hope you're happy with yourself. Wow. Who's this?
Adriana Lima.
Is she like a porn
Victoria's-
star or something?
No, Victoria's Secret model.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
How much of this is Photoshop, though? That's the question I have to know.
Exactly.
No, there are videos of her on the runway, and she's like inhumanly beautiful. She's almost perfect looking, actually.
You mean like Anya
Pretty
Taylor-Joy?
crazy.
Almost. If you want to see a
Yeah.
perfect looking one, just look what I'm sharing.
Uh-oh.
Who? Wait,
This
so
just
this,
turned
is,
in-
this is who again? Chat, Carbon.
Adriana Lima. You could thank me later.
Okay.
Oh.
And
I mean,
here we have...
she kind of looks like a more, I can't remember the actress's name. Carry on. Denise Richards.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mila... Yeah, I mean... She's...
That's not a good picture of her.
It's not a good picture.
The other one's better.
That one's better, the one with the red collar.
Yeah, that's a better picture of her. No, she is beautiful.
Yeah, that one's really great. That's
gorgeous.
You know, it was one of those things where it was like, should I watch the Resident Evil movies? And then you watch like the first 10 minutes of it, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to continue watching the Resident Evil movies.
Her performance as Joan of Arc is absolutely.
Oh, come on, Peter. Don't tell me you didn't see her in that red dress and we're like, I think I'll just continue watching this until I feel like not.
And I hated the Resident Evil movies.
Really?
Fucking hated them.
Why?
Really.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're dog shit.
Oh, here's the horror snobbery coming out. What's dog shit about?
Look,
I mean,
look,
wait a minute.
all right,
First
okay.
question. First
I will
question.
tell you. I will
First
tell you what's dog shit about.
okay,
You had
but
Nine Inch
before
Nails
you do-
soundtrack on one.
Before you do, Peter, first question. Did you ever play the video games?
Yes, to death.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Now continue.
That's why the movies are dog shit.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Not Resident Evil. It was bullshit.
Okay. Now,
There you go. That's why.
I played Resident Evil 5 and I was like, this game is bullshit. Because when you have to stop to aim your fucking gun, like get the
Dude, you
fuck
should
out of here.
play the fucking first one. Play the first one.
Dude.
You're not. Yeah.
That shit pisses me. Like I was so infuriated with the
The
fifth
aim in the original
that I had to
games
do that I
is-
was like, I'll never play a Resident Evil game again until they let you move while you're aiming your gun. It made me so mad. And I don't know
That's
why.
it's kind of the point of them. So stuff can advance on you while you stood still.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's a
Doesn't happen
game
in real
mechanic.
life. It doesn't happen in real life though. You know, what I mean? It's like real life is you're fighting a zombie, you can actually kind of move backwards.
In the original games, you got it. It's not even aiming down sights or anything. It's like third person view from above, and they kind of you've got to twist and turn the fucking dude. It's horrible.
Peter, what do you think about the movie reboot? Also, Patrick sounds like a Zoomer, says Art Haida.
Movie reboot.
The movie
Which
reboot
movie?
of which one, Art Haida? See that? Ooh, that costume right there. Hello.
Lilu Dalla. That's a Moebius design, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah, Moebius's art.
No,
was,
look, you don't have to say it like a French guy. You can just say Mobius like everybody else, okay?
It's Moebius.
Yeah, you're saying
Yeah.
Moebius. Oh, oui, it's Moebius.
Écoute là, Patrick, si t'es pas capable de comprendre la bonne prononciation des affaires, va te faire.
On va faire couler.
Oh, well.
That was probably really terrible French. I'm not doing
No,
it
that
again.
was great. I understood.
Yeah. You knew what I was
Sacre
saying. to him.
bleu.
Yeah. Carbon, like you get an A for effort.
Nobody going to go, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Sorry, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. Or just go,
All right, he
So-
says the most recent movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. Peter, what did you think of
Have I
the
s- have I
Welcome to
seen-
Raccoon City? Also, Patrick sounds like a Zoomer.
Is that the CGI one? I can't remember. I like the CGI ones because they're like, good. Welcome to Raccoon City. I think I've ever seen that.
Look,
I
people
don't
make
know.
fun of me, but if there was a woman who looked like Joan of Arc and was pretending to be a man, I'd probably be gay too. Nobody. Okay. God damn it.
What do you mean, probably?
It's like you're just giving him ammo after ammo after ammo, you know.
I know.
Look, like I said on the last stream, I am like totally fine with my masculinity.
I'm totally gay.
I don't need to worry about anything. She looks like a Lannister boy, says Headless Bourgeoisie. A Lannister boy.
Yeah, I'm not into the Joan of Arc look.
Well, she had to cut her hair to, because she was hired by the French and fired by the English,
Fired. Joan of Arc was a really great person. She was a really fantastic individual. So thank God for her.
Absolutely.
It was
Love
a
you, Mila.
joke, guys. God, can I not say jokes? Can I not?
No.
You guys.
Can we stop looking at this fucking hideous chud?
Wow. Hideous chud, he says. All right, let's see what Peter has to offer. She's kind of
Just more-
flabby. She
just
can
more-
work out a bit more.
Just more Batgirl.
She can work out a bit more. No, look at that calf muscle, though.
What is
Hey,
wrong
hello.
with you?
No, we like women who look like women, not shredded bodybuilder women.
Oh,
Like-
right.
No,
I
that's
see.
not
This
like
comes
fucking-
all back to that Indian chick you showed on the show the other night that you were upset that everybody said she was dumpy. I see.
She's not on my list.
You said she was hot, Carbon. You
I
said
said
that.
she was. I said cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
They don't make them like they used to.
No,
That's
they
all I'm
don't.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Some
now
places they do.
women come with dicks these days, so
Yes, they do. Don't be a bigot.
If you're a
Oh,
cis
man.
person and you don't date trans people, you're a transphobe.
That's right.
That's what they say on TikTok.
Is this real picture? Can I share this? I don't think I can share this. Is this real? I think I'm just going to share it anyway and hope that it's real. If this is real, then this is a reason why you should like Miranda Cosgrove as well.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
That's not Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda Cosgrove.
I said Miranda.
That might be AI, actually.
It might be AI. You're right.
Yeah,
It
that
should-
doesn't look anatomically.
It
correct.
might be. It might be, but still. I've seen some pictures of her where she's, how would I put it? Less
Anatomically.
modest than she ought to be. And they were nice. Peter, it was a live action reboot starting the story from the beginning.
I think that might have bypassed me. I think I might have missed that one.
Oh, well, you got to check it out now. Peter, by the way, have you seen the movie It Follows? Did we already talk about? We did talk slightly about this, didn't we?
I think you've asked me this before. Hang
Have you
on.
seen it?
It follows. Yeah.
Okay. It's how pygmies squat when they defecate, says Headless Bourgeoisie.
That's the comment of the night. I
Oh
think.
man, yeah. Save it right now. Well, folks, let's check out how the campaign's going here.
Do it. Do it. Do it now.
Maybe we've got a few more backers. We're at 3421 as 64 backers, what we were at before. Let's refresh the page here. 65, 3529. Amazing.
I'm
Fantastic.
disappointed. I'm disappointed because we were at 68 and we did not refresh at 69. We missed that opportunity tonight.
Yeah.
We went
Mhm.
straight to 71. I'm glad we're at 71. Congratulations, Patrick.
Oh my gosh.
What a missed opportunity.
How amazing would that have been, though, if I could have said at the end, we reached 69% of the goal? That would have been so funny. But no, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you backing this comic book. It is really, it really does mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. $3,529. That's a great number. That's a great natural number to arrive at. Like I was saying on the last stream that I was on, I don't remember which one it was. There's a big difference between this campaign and the other campaigns that I've done. This campaign has been a lot of natural growth from the people who've backed my last campaign. It's been a very consistent, steady, set of backers throughout the week. Like I've gotten at least 1 or 2 backers every day for the past week, 2 weeks or so. And that's like a really nice thing. That's a really great thing. Because that means that even when I'm not on stream, even when we're not promoting, even when I'm not on a big stream, people are out there and they're grabbing this book and they're looking at it and they're going, okay, I want this.
Yeah.
And that's actually really, really awesome to see. So thank you guys so much. Fantastic. 71%. I mean, really, we're at 100% in my eyes. 3,000 was really where I wanted to get to so that I could pay for shipping and printing. And so we're now paying for shipping and printing. That's awesome. And $500, an extra $500 is a good. I mean, that's the Vasilis print, and that's the Frederick Gumont print as well. So that's some amazing stuff. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. On the topic we're on here, let's
just for you, Patrick. The
Oh,
Rolling
yeah.
Stone shoot.
Ooh. Can we find that one photo you were talking about, Peter?
I might have it somewhere.
Zoom in enhance.
How did this become a thing? Like, you got to imagine, like, how did they convince her to do this? Like,
It's
hey,
the
we need,
power of the force.
we need you to dress up for in this slave bikini for the scenes of the film, and then they're like, oh, by the way, also we're gonna take you out to the ocean. and
Listen,
just-
cocaine is expensive in
You
the
know what I'm
80s,
saying?
in the 90s.
It's,
You know, it's a
and the-
habit. You gotta.
But the rest of the shooters, hang on, let's share. There you go. It's even more bizarre. There you go.
Oh wow. This is probably what made a lot of furries.
She looks better in these photos than she did in the movie. For
Because
some
she's
reason.
happy.
But she
She's
looked
happy.
great.
She's not in the middle of a desert sweating like a fucking,
Oh, the beach ball. Wait, go to the beach ball shot there. Hold on. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah.
God damn it.
Carrie's coke body was banging, says Skeleton Core.
It's true.
She does look happy in these shots, though. She really does, actually. And
She
any
probably
woman
just
who
been
looks,
paid a ton of money by Rolling Stone to do it as well.
oh yeah, and any woman who looks happy is generally speaking.
Whoa, that Ewok
views
looks
more
happy,
attractive.
man.
Yeah, Vader with his boombox. There's tons. There's way
Can
more
you
photos
imagine
than this.
that
though.
guy in the Vader costume must be sweating fucking bullets
Oh,
right now.
dude.
He's like, please, how long does this shot last?
Why couldn't I be in a bikini?
Let's see if I can
A
find.
Darth Vader bikini.
Have I got it? Have I got
Carrie
the
Fisher was a
photo?
babe.
I
She
can't
was.
Two
find
ways
it.
about it.
She was.
She needed money for coke, dog. We got it. Nobody was disagreeing with you. You were like-
Mm,
Art Haida says, curious because I don't know. Does FMC do in demand? They might.
Yes.
Do they? Okay.
Yes, you can pretty
Yeah, yeah.
much do everything on FMC. Like you can turn your campaign into a storefront. There's an incredible amount of options that you don't see on Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm. But I don't do that, Art. I do the mail-in method. The mail-in method is you either get it or you get stuffed, and not in the fun way either. So, back it now while you still can.
oh, there we go. Hang on.
In demand. In demand is for pussies. Put that on my. That's gonna be my new. I'm kidding. There's a lot of people who go in demand who I really like and respect. Obviously, that's a joke.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. Yeah, that's still up, right? Hang on.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
gosh, how long is this gonna take?
Look, I found it. I found the set photo I was talking about. There you go.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't even have the loincloth thing. You know what I mean? It's gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's it. Drake behind. I think she's leaning against.
Do you think
it.
that bikini was actually made of metal, or do you think it was like some kind of
No.
plastic?
Plastic, isn't it? It's got to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't bend. She cut herself to pieces every time she moved.
That's wow. To think that this was in a movie that was marketed towards children.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different time, Patrick.
It was a different time.
There was beauty roaming the world.
Yeah.
We used to ride the streets at night on our BMXs until the street lamps lit up, and then we had to go home, or our moms would get mad.
You know, it was also a different time, and not to be. I'm gonna do it anyway, though. Not to be serious about it, but there was a different time where, you know, the idea that women would be taken by evil men and used for this purpose, just essentially selectively sexual enjoyment, was something that we knew it and we accepted it. But nowadays we're like, oh, that doesn't happen with anybody ever across all cultures. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Everybody does this. Not necessarily it's anyway. The point is, wow. The point is, wow. Midnight grill streams when, Patrick? Grill streams. Ooh.
What kind of grill streams? Like barbecue grill or grilling people?
Yeah. No, I could do some grill streams. That'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun.
We should do steak streams. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we're obviously gonna call it the meat stream, naturally.
No.
I know. Yes, you see.
You know.
See, now you're just bringing up the images that like my mom would catch me looking at when she came downstairs and saw me on the computer. So,
Dude, that was a centerfold on a lot of kids' wall. I tell you that poster was pinned to the wall.
Dude, yeah, I had that. It was like massive, huge fucking poster. Yeah, had that poster.
Yeah, a lot of wet dreams were created from this image. I can
Wow.
Magic, magical. Anyway, there you go, Gooners.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a Gooner night tonight.
Melanie Mack is just turning into I was very, very upset at you, Patrick, for gooning like this.
Oh no, Melanie Mack. Oh my god.
Damn it! I should have dropped that photo of her without the makeup on.
You know, though, I will just say one last time that Brittany, if you need a man, I mean, obviously you'd have to convert to Catholicism, but if you need a man, I could tell you exactly like what you need to stop doing and like the things you need to do to like fit my prerequisites. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you do, you say that are like, not ladylike. You got to submit to the man. And we could do that.
Is that what you learned at Red Pill Academy, Patrick?
No, I learned that through actual life experience, that women actually desire that. It's a strange thing. But here we are. Here we have Brittany Venti trying to like, pretend like she doesn't want a man to tell her what to do. She obviously does. And so I'm willing to be that man. I'm also white. I know you don't date black guys. So here we are. People say your eyes are too far apart. I think they're just right. That's my compliment. So he says, "Oh, eye roll."
I'm bad, guys.
Mikey Gates currently has that Leia over his bed, is what he's saying.
Dude,
what did I miss?
Oh,
what woman wouldn't swoon after that pitch? Says Skeleton. Oh, you missed. You have no Carbon. Honestly, dude, like, how dare you miss my pitch to Brittany Venti? Like, I'm upset that you weren't here for that, because you of all people would be somebody who I would like to hear your opinion about what I said and what I'd done. But you weren't. You were gone. You abandoned me.
You're still shilling for that girl, Carbon.
I'm not. I'm not shilling for anybody. Look, okay. First of all.
Simping.
She said that she doesn't take showers daily. That's fucking gross. That's fucking disgusting. And I wish it was, in the words of Dana White, the owner of the UFC, I wish it was, that's fucking illegal. I wish it was that too. Okay, but it's not. So she's skunky. She's got some weird smell to her. She wants men to like her, but she won't take a shower every day. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. It's
Does
one
she
of the
shave
most
her
disgusting.
armpits?
No,
Did
she
we
does.
take a look at this?
This is a fake picture. That's a fake picture. It looks like she's got.
Yeah,
it looks like
this
she's
is
got
edited.
like gangrene, or like it looks like she's
Holy
she's like
shit.
been on meth for like 3 years.
That's
oh my
totally,
god,
totally
pretty
real.
disturbing.
Totally real.
totally fake. And the fact that you would bring up this fake picture of Brittany on this show tonight to try to like chop. I got $3,500 on my campaign. You're trying to chop me down. By saying that Brittany Venti is not that attractive. It's honestly a pathetic ploy, Carbon. I'm really quite upset. And
was that Carbon you were sharing? Because I was sharing it as well. I was still on.
You were sharing it as well.
No,
Exactly
it's
the same
yours.
one.
Oh look, Peter's sharing it as well.
No, I pulled up your share, Peter.
Wow.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So now I know that everybody besides Frederick just wants to stab me in the back. They want to sabotage my efforts to woo Brittany Venti. This will
Wait. Hold on. I want to sabotage your efforts to woo Brittany as
I
well.
only said them, not you, Frederick. We're chill.
No, but I want to sabotage your efforts to woo
Ah!
Brittany as well.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, he
I thought
does.
you were on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
side.
No, you're way better than Brittany. Come on, dude.
The sheer audacity.
We're saving you from yourself,
The
Patrick.
sheer
Yes,
audacity. Saving me from myself. She's a
You can
hot
do way
babe.
better than that. No,
Maybe she's not Christian. That's
Some
we can
people
fix
are too
that.
far
I can
gone.
fix her.
So many
No,
people
I
are
can
too
fix
far
her.
gone
You don't
now.
understand. Look, the first thing I would do if I was going to fix Brittany Venti is I would take her aside and I would tell her